All right then, welcome everybody to the stream. Later than usual, but for once not my fault. So that's makes it fine. We should just get into things really, shouldn't we? Let's get into the game and actually log in. Here is my warning. Level 65. Happy about him. We were going to play him today, but he is now sidelined because we're like 2 hours late because of the servers being down. So Feyran did his level 67 and hopefully all should be good. I want to get to Dunland today. I do like Dunland. We're not going to finish Dunland because I'll probably do all the side content because I think that in general, that area, the Epic Quest does a pretty good job at actually just getting you to do all the side content for each of the areas, and they shouldn't hopefully take that long. We've only got like 4 hours till midnight, but I might just do a late stream because we lost those 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. Let's go fix our UI though first. Gotta climb towers. Oh, hobnanigans. We love hobnanigans. Don't get any experience even. Come on. There we go. Perfect. I mean, at least one good thing about the servers being down for a little bit longer was that I can actually just focus, or was able to focus at least a little bit more longer on doing the Lotro video. Unfortunately, though, a lot of it ends up being what's oh, that's 2 in a week. Nice. Well, that's fun. Since last time we were on, yeah, I got another. I mean, yeah, we see him later in Azog stuff. I remember. Gotta make sure I don't jump off because I actually want to finish the deed for this area. So I should probably get on my horse to have at least a little bit of a quicker time. We'll have to at some point. Oh, wait. Aren't I supposed to be... like... yeah, it is down here. Okay, cool. I was really confused for a second. Yeah, it's like a deed for going up and down like 5 times or something like that. It's an interesting one. Oh, right. Fair enough. Let's bring that down a bit. I kind of really want to know why the servers have taken so long to come back up. It just feels... like it's what, 2 hours extra than normal, and I'm not gonna lie, this release, like, patch notes didn't really seem to have too much in it. I think a lot of it was annual, but I guess we'll see. I mean, there's obviously some things that it could be that aren't patch note sort of worthy, I guess. Like if it's server performance-y stuff, that's kind of a different story. This opens up a number of fellowship quests and is not intended for solo play. Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. Oh, I forgot the mysterious relic was here. I mean, if there's a situation where it's like working on performance or what have you, then I kind of understand, yeah, you might not want to constantly have to write it. But I don't know. If they just said, like I've said this before, if they said it would be down till 3 p.m. Eastern or, 8 p.m. for me, that's fine, right? Because that's at least expected. Ooh, that's fancy. Oh yeah, I do actually quite like this. I've seen that. I've seen the other one before. I haven't seen this one though. I do want to try and find a new cloak that I like. Either that, or I was thinking about going for there's like a javelin kind of warden's backpack. I don't know if it would come up. It might be cosmetic back. This one? I was thinking about getting this one and not having a cloak. So, not sure. Cloak of Minas Morgul. Oh, so these will be legendary ones for completing stuff on the legendary servers then. That's fine. I mean, I would like to... I do want to get on the legendary servers and get all the cloaks and the frames, because I don't know if it's going to be a situation where they're not available when or if whatever happens to the legendary servers happen. Like, if they do end up sort of merging into live servers or making it non-legendary or whatever they end up doing, then I don't know if they will be available after the fact, right? So it does make me want to go and spend a bit on time doing that, but we'll see. I don't know if let's say, I can't remember. I think you do. I already had it. I think there's so if you get to level 50 on, I think Treebeard or even Shadowfax, it does give you the like level 50 cloak or title thing because it's on a legendary server. So I wonder if it would still just work being on the Treebeard and stuff. No, stay away. Yeah, maybe we should spend some time focusing on that at some point. That would be interesting. The problem compared to like this server though, for me, is that I do have like all the crafters on here, for example. Whereas on legendaries I don't. So I don't know if that would be more problematic, but I guess I could just build them up still. Yeah, I mean, I know that it did have those. I just think because I'm pretty sure people were I think Shadowfax is up to Helm's Deep at the minute. Because I remember there being quite an uproar about people not having Helm's Deep unlocked because, you know, but then having to spend like 4,000 Lotro points because they're on the VIP service just to have content, even though they're playing VIP already. I remember that being a complaint. So I'm pretty sure they're either on or going to relatively soon. Helm's Deep, which will be what, like 95-ish content? I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, Shadowfax, the thing is, it's not just about getting levels, it's about completing certain content. So whilst you could do that, it's not going to quite achieve everything. Like, I should look it up, actually. Because it's titles and frames. The frames, to be fair, is what I'm more interested in. Though I do like the idea of... oh, if I look up legendary titles, it's just going to show up legendary weapon titles. That might be better. Legendary server titles. But yeah, I don't also know if I want just a bunch of random stuff to be added to my character every single time I make him. Yeah, the legendary titles for legendary weapons are... I'm trying to look up legendary titles for the legendary servers. So titles for completing content in the legendary servers is more specifically what I was trying to look up. But because of the way I worded it, I did it wrong. But yeah, like Bane of the White Wizard. To complete Mist of Anduin by completing Epic Volume 3, Book 6 Mist of Anduin on a legendary server. You get a title, you get the repurposed Cloak of the White Hand. I mean, I specifically did not play today because I was like, oh, the server's down. Today, I was actually happy about the servers going down today rather than yesterday because it gave me time to work on the video. But at some point, I wanted to get on. The servers being down stopped me being able to do any more work on the video I was doing because I need to log into the game to record stuff for the video. So... yeah, I don't know. Oh, speaking of reward track, though, isn't there like a... yeah, 1 month, 17 days. There's like a timer now. I haven't touched any legendary servers. I haven't touched Treebit or Shadowfax technically since the day they launched. I did log into them briefly to see player counts, but I haven't actually touched them since the day of launch. And because honestly, like, in my mind, if I wanted to go on a legendary server, I would go on Anor. And I'm not really too fussed about the difficulty stuff. So it's not really sort of my thing. So yeah. But I do want to go back on Anor, as I was just saying, because I think, hopefully, it would allow me to I don't know, it would be not necessarily different, but I want to get those titles. I can see why people would want to. It's just not really my thing, is all. And also, and the sort of reason I haven't been on Anor too much is I really haven't had the time to kind of split myself that much between like 3 different servers. I'm already not progressing as much as I want to on this character, let alone on like actually another server as well. Oh, I actually wonder if this snowy cloak might look good with the outfit I want to go for. I might look that up in a second. It's either that or I go for the Warden's pack, maybe. So one thing that I've been thinking about with Warden is, so I've always pointed out that lag affects this class probably the worst out of every class, right? Just because of the way gambits work. I think I need to learn, like, backup gambits almost. I think just in general, learning more gambits is good, rather than it being just purely muscle memory. But I think what I need to do is just like what I did there, where my my shift 3 didn't go through, and I ended up doing 2 instead, which was shield. Instead of like, I don't know, getting flustered or whatever about it, which I don't think that's quite the correct way of wording it. But instead of doing that, I think what I should just do instead is try and like go to a different gambit. Like that time I went for the healing gambit instead. Because I mean, damage-wise, I'm kind of doing the same. But if I can get on Celebration of Skill, then at least I can have something. I'm benefiting, because not only am I doing some damage, but I'm also healing myself at least a little bit. And if I really need to, I can only do the lowest tier, and I can still just get more heals. So that hopefully is fine. Volume 3, Book 6. What level quest that? 75? Oh, that's not too bad. I have a level 50 hunter. Being a hunter, I could probably get through Anno, like, pretty quickly. I think, content-wise. Like, I don't even need particularly crafted gear until I was getting to endgame. Because I can just, like, level up. This is the Mount of Shifting Hues. It is only available from the Curator. For Figments of Splendor, but I think it looks pretty. It'll be very fitting as well when we go to Isengard, I think. Right now, I've got 3 out of my 4 favorite horses. Well, mounts, I should say. I do have all 4 of them, which is the Shifting Hues, the Hobby Horse. This lovely one. And my Honey Goat, which I really like. It's probably one of my favorite goats. I don't know if it's my favorite necessarily, but it's certainly up there. And then the Mordor Steed of the Ash Plains. He's pretty nice. I like just having a goat as well, because, you know, when you hit those awkward spots that are like, you can only use a goat here. I mean, yeah, the, which one? I don't know which one it is. Yeah, the Elk of Felagos's Glory. That's quite nice. I think the elks are good. Springwood. I like the Yule one, for sure. I do end up not using elk as much, though, as I've noticed.
You have the ingredients. Good.
I know they're not going to be better, but it's very interesting to look at. Dwarf's Demise. And then, okay, that's so. Is that like the repeatable dailies? Is that what that is? I mean, the Battle Goat is a pretty good goat, yeah. I still haven't got it yet, though.
While Frithger prepares the brew that will restore the sense of our host, an ancient dwarf who has lived long and seen much.
Yeah, I don't like the thunder sound. I know I can filter it out, but that's not really the point. Hey, it's Nona. We like Nona. I think the idea that we were saying in Discord about, like, almost like lore type videos for characters is a fun thing. I think Nona will be a good one. I actually like Nona as a character. And as well, like I said, we can have the best character, otherwise known as Sarah Oakheart. $17-hour stream. Not if the servers are acting like this. Because problematic servers are annoying. It's why I kind of prefer, like, so the servers normally go down on Wednesday, and I'm normally working Wednesday, so it doesn't, like, affect me. And normally I'm okay with that. But I was actually happy about the servers going down today because it let me fully focus on the Lotro video. But it got to a point where I needed to be in game to record some, like, you know, gameplay of the like low settings or whatever, and it just didn't work. Wasn't allowed. Wasn't able. So it was good in one regard, bad in another. Oh, I forgot I have that cloak. Ugh. I'm getting knocked out. Why? Why'd you do this to me, game? I would almost prefer just the enemies were already there. And I could just run ahead. Unfortunately, I can't. Okay. So I'm hoping with that Bjorning we've got, they're level 65 at the minute, which meant I was able to get the, like, Armor of the West Tower, I think it was called. I don't. I hate it, but I'm also too lazy to fix it right now. And it would be clearer because I get rid of all the trash items and I probably get rid of all this armor, but I want to sell it. And I don't have the thingy-majiggy, right? To put in like my vault and my shared storage or what have you. But yeah, I want to do the Mirror of Galadriel to get the correct Khazar Doom Tracery. And I was thinking about just having that Bjorning also go up to like 85. I know it's not like I'm halfway there between like 50 or whatever. I guess I am like 50% there, like overall, but maybe just passively trying to level that one up to 83. I know it'll probably take longer than it would just to make another level like 60. But I don't know. I think that will be an interesting thought. The next one is level 95 and then level 100, 100, 100. So at least I can get there, you know, at least I can like 4 in quick succession if I get to 95, which would be good. Because then I will only need like to do it 3 times or something like that instead. And it'll be great. Yeah, at least it will be a higher thing. I know they talked about that before and I'm glad they've actually gone through with it. Because it's just kind of annoying when, like, last time I logged in, I was over in Zidragund, and it's a little bit of an awkward spot to get to. But if I wanted to go get my VIP thing, I would have to be like, because I didn't log in within the next 2 days and go back to Bree or whatever, I haven't got it. Just use some Valars? Nah. But yeah, going to 95. Also, if I can get a character to 106, I can do two things, right? So I've said I want to get to like 100 or technically 95. I will need to get to minimum to get the level 100 ones for Gothmog and stuff, right? On the same vein, I could what am I doing? I could, in the same vein, just go and get to 106, right? And then I could, if I go 106, I can check if those like tracery item things work the way I hope they work. I don't expect them to work that way, but I kind of hope it does. I still haven't done any work actually on the shield thing or whatever. So I need to work out what my best shield is at level 75. I still don't know. I wish the wiki was like more substantial. But, right, if I were to do this whole thing, I could have an excuse to go through the wiki and update like a load of items and make sure they're all like these item indexes and stuff could be hopefully up to date fully. Right? It won't have like scaled stuff, but because right now in 70 it says the only thing I can get between 71 and 80 is the Shield of the Edoras Escorter, which is minimum level 78. And I know for a fact there is at least something extra, like, instead. So apparently this is the only one. Which isn't even, like, obviously vitality is a nice increase. The power regen really isn't something I think I need to worry about too much. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, power regen could be something useful, but I think that will mostly come from food more than it will my armor and weaponry. I would rather more a substantial stat, normally like physical mastery or crit, whilst I'm just playing, and then if I know I'm going to be in a long battle where my power is going to get low, I'm going to need to go and get like some food, and that's going to be the better way to do it. What's that? Free starter steed? That one? You can buy it though, can't you? Or is that not the same one? The Breland starter. No. Okay, so looking at it, it says this mount was given to US lifetime subscribers as a Yuletide festival present in 2007. This also includes the loot bag from the Lotro Europe store, or is included in the Lotro loot bag. However, it can be purchased for 200 silver before discounts in Hengstasis farm. It can also be gained from a pick amount reward and has a chance to drop from loot boxes. Oh, which is, yeah. It's only 32% speed. Yeah, this one says you get it from lifetime, but apparently you can also purchase it just normally. Which is a little bit of a... I don't necessarily fully agree with that being a thing. I think if they were giving out a lifetime reward, it should probably stay that way. As much as it would slightly suck that I wouldn't be able to get one, but I have horses that you can't get, for example, so because I don't know if you have the red clad horse of the gap, for example. You might have that, but I know that's not available anymore.
Na has often said peculiar things. It is difficult to determine what he means by them.
What can the dwarf have meant by that?
Okay.
I do not like this.
Oh, I've got an idea. I know what I'm going to do. Because it's going to really annoy me. My armor and stuff. I'm going to put my milestone out here. Because right now it's just in Mirkwood. And although I would like to be able to just go quickly to Great River from Mirkwood. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to Karis Galdon with my racial deed. And since that's only a 5-minute cooldown, it's really not that big a deal. So going to Lelia's Market. No, they're talking about a loot bag. I think it's I think it might be like a physical thing, possibly. I could be wrong. I think the ring, there's a cloak I know. Is it like this weird so there's an Isengard pre-order cloak, I think. But I think there's another one for, like, really old in the game. Yeah, because that one here, I think you got it from the triple pack. Red clad steed of the gap. So that would have been before Helm's Deep. Right. Oh, okay. So that's a lie. This mount is awarded for purchasing the Rise of Isengard expansion, Legendary or Heroic Edition. That can't be correct, though, because I haven't purchased that. I got this horse because it was my very first horse that I had account-wide. I got this horse from purchasing the triple pack. I don't know if that included the thing, but I know the Ring of Agility, I think, is a pre-order thing or a lifetime thing. So the Ring of Agility is awarded to pre-order customers. It says 10 Agility, 5 Vitality, 96 Evade. And Cloak of the Peacekeeper. I think that's the one that I remember. Yeah, so I know it was oh wow, I can't even see it in here. I know I got this from like the Rise of Isengard one. I'm just saying that this must be the wiki must be not necessarily correct because it says only from Legendary or Heroic. I have the Rohan one, yeah. I should do. It might just be also like a lifetime thing as well, like lifetime and pre-order, but it might just not be up to date in that regard. So which one? The Easternnet one, yeah. This one. Maybe. Is that the one we're on about? So players who migrated from the EU service were not receiving the correct bonus items for previously purchased special editions and other special promotions on the newly created characters. Instead, they were receiving US versions. This has been addressed. Okay, all players will now receive both the US and the EU bonus items in the future. So it's apparently a pre-order bonus from the Shadows of Angmar Collector's Edition for both of those. But I'm guessing it must also just be a lifetime thing maybe as well. Twitch is twitchy? Never. Okay, let's grab these. So these still last for 2 days. So I guess it'll be next patch they change to 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm sure it's just like a founders plus pre-order thing. Probably. I would guess. So Universal Solvents. I'll keep these for the minute, and I'll keep those. Everything else I think I can chuck. Save a bit of space there. And then I probably want to just get rid of all this 65 armor. I can go back to Angle if I want to pick up the boots and stuff. I didn't even have the full set anyway, so I'm not really too fussed. Level 40. Yeah, these are all those. I kind of want to hold on to that, only because it's a Warden's thing, and it's alright for the minute. Okay, so I have that ring, and I have these two for later. And then I guess I should get rid of these level 65 things. I guess these are 65 anyway. We'll just get rid of those as well. They're not going to be better. Clear my inventory a bit. I want to put these universal solvents into there if I can. Perfect. The infused stuff, and we're going to chuck those ones. So these ones are actually useful. The others I don't really think are worth worrying about. And can I just not chuck? Okay, so I have to chuck those. I can't sell them. Good to know. That can go. I guess that can go. And that one. And I like holding on to the account bound rings. So we'll hold on to those. Yeah. And then, because I really don't need this tier of item, I can chuck those except the ores, which I might want to keep. Cool. So those are my enhancement runes. Those are my 5 shards that I'm holding on to for some reason. I don't know why. I would say I haven't decided what shard I want, but I will most likely get the sunstone shards from that, and then I will just go get Ithilien shards. Or Ithilon shards. Later. I mean, all the hides I will just get tons of later, so. The shard I'm most interested in is my infused adamants at the minute. Okay, so something I do want to do though, because I want to check if it's correct or not, is I want to go check real quick if I can actually buy these horses or not. Because if I haven't got them, or if I can't get them, sure thing. But if I can get them, that's just some easy horses to get that number up. Not that it's like too big a deal, but the whole idea is we want to get as much as we can that's available to us, right? So if I've got some horses that are just tagging around doing nothing, then why not? And they're only 200 silver. I should be able to afford it. If I really need money, my my Bjorning, who is level 65, does have like 300 gold on him or something. So these ones are, I think, from that quest that you can get at level 20. Yeah, this one. I've never actually done that quest before. Not gonna lie. So this one you have to... Oh, I might have already bought it then. So I guess I already have that then. Gray. So I just have the gray horse. So... You obtain the Grey Steed after completing Volume 1 of the Epic. Oh, okay, so for some reason you can buy it if you haven't for some reason otherwise got it, but that's fine. So now I should have a bunch. But what's his barter items? So I can barter for mithril coins, or I could just purchase them for silver. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's just an old remnant of something else. But, okay. We'll hold on to that. Oh, you can actually just get the spring horses over here. I actually didn't know that was the thing. Yeah, but you have to complete the quest in order to purchase it, is my point.
What do you need?
So it says you must have completed Book 15, Chapter 12, One Hope Remains. So I have to have at least completed it to buy it. You get gold tracery tokens from the Hobbit gift. I mean, yeah, I've seen that. I remember looking up, I think, like what tracery tokens. That's the like scaled one, right? The one where you can just get in general, I think. I remember I accidentally, or there's a couple times. So there was one time where I got mithril coins from a gold gift. So I think spent, I spent mithril coins that I just got. And the idea was in my head, I was like, well, if I use the mithril coins that I just got from here, I'm like, I'm just going to get more stuff, good stuff, hopefully. Or at the very least, I'm going to maybe get some more mithril coins. Was the idea. Clearly it didn't work. But there's actually been a couple times where it's made me, like, it's ended up like lagging or whatever, or double clicking, and it spent my mithril coins for me, which is not great. Kind of annoying.
You have brought the gemstones? Good, good. These will do very nicely.
All right.
Na's words remain as cloudy as ever.
I think as long as there's, for me, I'm just at least somewhat happy there's a like guaranteed way of doing it. It's obviously taking me longer. Where do I have to go? Oh, so he's all the way down there. So I know that it's going to take me a lot more time and effort and what have you to get the tracery tokens, like the cracked tokens. But at least I can guarantee it's going to take me X amount of time to get it, or it's going to be like, you know, I'm just going to make that much. I'll also get lottery points as I go, right? So I guess that's also another thing. Yeah, I'm trying to look at all those ways to cheese it, you know. You know how it is. It's not really cheesing it because I'm still putting work into it and time and effort. But you know what I mean. I haven't actually seen yet. I obviously, when I'm doing the Bjornings, I've been doing them like at level 25. So I'm assuming if they are a possible drop, they're at least gated by either your level or they're gated by having completed Secret of Deep Places. It might be possible to get them from the like level 140 boxes, because then, you know, that's like cap. But I haven't actually opened the 4 loot boxes on my Tracery character yet. I haven't actually done Secret of Deep Places. I'm right outside Moria right now. I haven't completed that yet. I will probably do it once we complete getting that, you know, token. And even then, let's say, similar to the Hobbit gift, if it's like a 2% chance, then I don't know if it's actually going to be a drop from those 4 boxes. Like, I need a higher sample size. But as we progress, I'm going to have to do it less often because, again, if I can do it 4 times at level 100, right? If I can get 4 tokens at level 100, then it's a higher chance that I'm not going to need, like, too many. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 or something. That's only, like, 3 runs. Or whatever, right? Yeah. And then I'm sorted. Yeah, I feel like it's either a case of nobody's actually really opening loot boxes, or just maybe nobody's actually done it. 16 for the max at next tier. Okay, so for 86, then I only have to do it 4 times. Which, if I'm already doing it once, like if I take this current character to 100, right? If I'm taking this current character, Bjorning, if I just take them to 100, well, actually, no, because I'm going to do it a couple more times for now, right? But if I get them to 100, then I will only need to do it 4 times. But I need to decide whether or not I do the level 60 multiple times, or do I do 60, 83, and then have, like, 2. What I'm probably going to do, my plan is, I'm going to do level 60, or the Moria one. I'm going to go into Moria and I'm going to complete that. And I'm going to do Mirror of Galadriel first, which will take a while. But then I'll come and do Prince of Rohan, which I know doesn't take... why does that have to be session plays? I'll do Prince of Rohan, which gives me the box, which, if we're lucky, will save us having to get another token, ideally. It would be nice if I would almost be willing to, let's say I got a legendary box, right? And I got a tracery I don't want. I would almost be willing to spend Ancient Script to, like, extract a token out of that. I don't know how, like, what price they'd do, but I'd almost like be like, oh, you can be lucky and you can get like for sure a legendary, and if you're lucky, it's what you want. But if it's not, it's not just useless and you deconstruct it for nothing.
To discuss their loyalties. The kingdoms of Arnor and
But I also think they probably wouldn't do that.
Isildur knew he would need allies if Gondor was to flourish.
Maybe. I saw a thing on Reddit today that someone was talking about how Cordovan had apparently talked about having the crafting system tie into the reward track, apparently. I don't know if that would be similar to like a way to have the legendary crafting things be useful, but maybe. That could be like a path.
Men of the White Mountains to treat with him at Erech.
That jump feels weird. Anyway. But yeah, I agree that crafting has in some ways been devalued because you used to make the first stages and that was kind of a big thing. Like at those levels, like at level, what, 50, for example. No, was it level 65? I can't quite remember. There used to be, so like, I guess I could find out actually. It's a really easy way. Oh, is that, maybe they're not in the game. Anyway, the Filical ones. Item treasury is not going to work because I'm not in, like, I'm in session plate. That's dumb. Okay. Yeah, it might have been 60. Where, like, Filical would drop, like, Turtle would drop a, not Filical, yeah. Turtle would drop, like, their first stages. And that was, like, the only way to get a drop of them without, like, crafting. And then you'd have to go do, like, roving threats. It'd be interesting to do roving threats when we get to 100. I don't think we'll be able to do it solo. Maybe. But there's quite a bit of like a Slayer deed for that. I actually wonder if Slayer accelerators work for roving threat deeds. I don't know if it's tied to doing the quest, like completing X amount of quests, for example, or X amount of kills. I think it's kills because I remember killing the same one twice and having it go up. So I assume it's just a regular Slayer deed. So technically, am I still waiting? Like, am I supposed to be doing something? Yeah, isn't that like 95? Oh, so I actually have to go look to the north.
At last they approached.
There you go.
A small group of men and their king.
Yeah, I think it's level 95 for the chests and stuff, right? And then it's 100 for roving threats. Might even be able to do roving threats at 95. Because of the 5 quest difference. But they might only unlock at 100. So, we'll have to see. I feel like roving threats have also just become this weird thing. Like, the gift givers brands, I used to go and get them for, like, first stages, for example. But now, I don't think there's an actual use for them. Like, you can buy the first stages cosmetically for figments, right? But before that, you could buy heritage runes, which you can still buy. The scrolls of empowerment, which aren't a thing anymore. There's the tome of the frond or pond frog, which is something that I will just get, but I think I have enough. I have 83 at the moment. I should be fine. I saw some guy with like 10,000. It was crazy. The only other thing, which unfortunately is basically useless for us rather, is the pocket item at level 100. Unless they make a way by the time we get to 100 of like having a Stone of the Tortoise, but like, you know, in the crafting slot, for example, that won't be too useful for us. But 2 essence slots, 356 might, and 257 vitality. Or agility or will or whatever. Yeah, it could be a thing, and they could also tie that into the difficulty thing, right? They could sort of adapt the difficulty stuff that they've done on the other servers, and
The allegiance of the
you know.
men of the mountains was secured.
I kind of want to do Bloody Threshold. It's only tier 1, but I want to kind of do it. But obviously, I can't on this character. It didn't take that long, and tier 1 should be pretty easy, especially with, like, Tarvelod. But I've already done it on Tarvelod, that's the thing. Maybe do it on Palpatine. Or do I... I was going to say, or do I do it on Scarshoot, but...
Shadow grew again in Middle-earth. No word came from Garth Lothir.
I kind of get annoyed by all the Ent stuff. I just feel like... I understand it's part of it, but them talking so slow just gets on my nerves eventually. It does look like the roving threat is a Slayer Deed, though, so that's fine. I'd almost say, what if you could get give a brands for like trace-free tokens, even if it was like tons, you know? Just, I think more ways of getting trace-free tokens is just good. Like, you don't want to make it massively easy to get legendaries, sure, but make it at least doable for solo players, is my thought. Because right now at 140, I'm not going to lie, the easiest way for me to do it is probably just get characters to 140 or 135 and just finish the end of the game. And get a box and a token. Honestly. I think I can actually get 2 tokens, right? No. What do I get at the end of Gundabad is ours? So Gundabad is ours gets me the tracery. Ah, okay. So I get a... So basically... Huh. Wait, whoa. Sorry, I'm just totally not paying attention to the game, but... It's a session play. Nobody pays attention. So yeah, you get a a shattered and a cracked. Okay. That's what I misread. Yeah, but again, that being a one and done situation, if I've got multiple 140s, like soon, eventually when I get back to him, I might just do it off stream, but I will eventually have multiple 140s. Like 3. And then eventually I'll get around to my champion and have 4. If I'm getting 3 tokens from the reward track, then I've got 3 characters get 1 each, or 1 character gets 2. Or 1 character gets 3, sorry. Alright. Why do I always feel like these attacks are so slow? I think it might be because of Warden. I feel like Warden can be quite fast-paced. Like, there's no induction skills, and like I'm constantly pressing buttons in a fight. Whereas with this, where I've got to wait for cooldowns and stuff, I'm just like, I don't know. I think ever since I got the gold cooldown tracery as well, that's also helped. Well, it's not really a class. It's just a session play. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, so the session plays tend to be a mishmash. Like, this is Wild Attack, for example. And this is the Shield Gambit. The Sword, which might be, if I had a sword, I assume maybe. Sword of Gondor, I don't even know if that's a copied skill. But even so, like, having played those other 2 classes, it just feels slower, you know? Like, it almost just feels, like, sluggish. Like the attacks, the animations. Maybe it's just me, again. Maybe it's just because Warden I'm constantly pressing stuff, but... I don't like it when I press all my skills, I use them all up, and I'm still waiting on something to cool down. I don't like just standing there getting whacked with a sword whilst I'm just waiting. Yeah, it's pretty boring. I mean, yeah, sure, I have my healing skill, but... It's not going to be my rotation thing. Yeah, I don't get buffs. I'm not allowed. I even remember this one specifically being slower. Like, I remember saying last time I did this, it was slow. Which is also why I'm glad that you can start from the next chapter, not this chapter, if you do skip this area. Okay. Unless I have an AoE, I guess. Doesn't feel very AoE, but... Wait, what's for Prince of Rohan? Oh, right, this one. No, maybe? I don't know. Prince of Rohan the quest, I assume? I don't know what I said, if I was... Oh, yeah. So, for example, yeah, if I'm going to my Bjorning and I go into Prince of Rohan, you can just start from Coronir at the thingy. And the good thing, and this is actually a really good thing for me, is there is a muster horn at Thrall's Combe. So, I am planning on getting a character on my alt account to kind of just live there, honestly, for the moment. And just be at that mustering horn, and then I can just muster. Because right now I need one at Mirabelle for starting Moria. That's, I think, the closest way to get there. And then one for Thrall's Combe. Because I kind of need to go do Moria anyway to get my legendary weapon, because otherwise I think I'll struggle. Because one of the issues I've noticed, not necessarily an issue, but for example, I got that character to level 65 through farming, right? And I mean, yeah, I could just put a captain there. That's probably the other plan. I do have a level 65 captain on my alt account, so I'll probably just use them. And then the other one, I can just have a mustering horn, like just a random character at mustering horn, because it's like directly there. But yeah, the issue I noticed, it's not an issue per se, but when you for Bjorning, for example, I want to go a two-handed, a great axe, you cannot obtain two-handed weapons really through like past level 50, because the game just doesn't expect you to have them. Like, I'm sure there's random drops, but you can't get them, like, at the skirmish camp, for example. There's one-handed axes and, one-handed clubs, but they don't actually have two-handed weapons past level 50, 55-ish. Because they expect you to have a legendary weapon. But if I'm not got there yet at 65, then bit of a problem. I'm sure there's, like, a crafted one I can make somewhere, but it's like probably a guild recipe and just more effort. I mean, there was a couple of situations like Runekeeper, for example, where I was finding like level 60 runestones, and I was like, why would this exist? But I think it's just one of those weird things that just are still in the game for some reason. I understand I'm not supposed to be like the most powerful thing in the world. I just kind of wish I hit harder. If I'm doing like 900 damage to a guy with 47k health, I'm gonna take like 470 hits or something. No, I don't know. The max level is 140 in the game currently. I'm doing like 200 damage. What is this? Why am I so weak? Yeah, there's a lot of levels. I mean, I would rather be Isildur and, like, hit harder. That might be more fun and more interesting. Maybe. But I guess they want you to, like, I don't know, have Isildur talk. So they want you to be, like, witness, I guess. I can understand it being more of a third-party, like, watcher rather than necessarily part of it. So something so we're not actually a official class right now. We're doing something called a session play, which is basically where a story gets told to us and we live through said story. So I think we said this is more of a, like, what, Captain Guardian combination. But it feels a lot slower. The class we're actually playing in hopefully a moment when this is finished is Warden. Which, luckily for us, hits a lot harder. I'm just trying to use my AoE as much as I can, I think. Actually gonna die. Let me heal. Don't mind me, guys. Just gonna real quick heal. Yeah, it's about the Oathbreakers. That's why we're the Stone of Eric. Every time I say Stone of Eric, in my brain, I'm just calling it the Stone of Eric, like E-R-I-C, just like the name. Wait, I failed the session? What? How did I fail? What? What? Isildur died. But Isildur is here. Did it? Oh, Dorwe died. I'm not gonna lie, I might just skip it. I really don't want to do this again. Come on, game. Just kick me out already. Thank you. It's only a book, right, that I'm skipping. I might just skip that. I really don't want to have to redo a session play. It's just so slow. I know what happens. We all know what happens. The Oathbreakers, they broke their oath. That's why they're called the Oathbreakers. I don't think I've ever failed a session play. Actually, no, I definitely have, but... I mean, I will eventually go back to it, but, like, I just don't want to do it right this second. It's still going to be just as slow no matter when I get to it. Candith, I hate you so much. I mean, what's this one? Allies of the King? Is this the book? I get the Volume 3 gift box. What is even in the Volume 3 gift box? I don't even know. Volume... I don't even think it's anything important. And 5 whole lottery points. Oh, I get the Statue of Candith, the portrait of the Grey Company. Apparently, it's probably not true, but 2 flawed symbols of Celebrimbor. Actually, no. I think actually flawed symbol of Celebrimbor is still in there last time I did it. I failed the Fall of Moria session play, but that's because I left my auto run on and apparently just ran into lava. Though I will say the ring might be an interesting addition. Let's have a look at that ring. I know it will be better than what I have right now, but let's see. I mean, yeah, I'd say that's some nice vitality and physical mastery, and I think that's even better than what the wiki says it is. No, the wiki says the same. So yeah, I do obviously need to do it, but I don't want to. Let's have a look. What book am I on? Chapter 11? Wait, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. So apparently at the end of this book, I'm assuming this might... Well, no, apparently this is correct because it's been updated with the new enhancement runes. You get a piece of legendary gear. That is a very odd choice of, like, reward. I guess we'll just go do it. I'll live it down. Yeah, I'm on book 3. So you get the scale leg guards of the Hill Watcher, which is 50 might, 66 vitality, 101 agility, 101 will. Again, oh, that's really weird though. Like, it's heavy armor, but you get might, agility, will. So I can't use that. Where it actually could be useful to us because agility and will and vitality. Oh no, agility, might, vitality, sorry. And on any damage, 15% chance to receive 320 morale. Not really too useful, but sure. Leather gauntlets of the Hill Watcher. 101 might, 101 agility, 66 vitality, 50 will. 15% chance to receive 512 power. That's not too bad for me, and that's medium armor. Or light armor, will, fate. So 959 crit, 50 will, 101 fate, 66 vitality, 122 max power with no effect. I mean, obviously I was going to show, but obviously our gauntlets will be better, but it's interesting. But once again, needs a little bit of a touch up. Part of me wants to do a video on it. Just a video where I can not necessarily complain per se, but I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about the idea of gear stats being wrong in a video. For some, just, yeah. I can't look at them in item treasury, unfortunately, for myself, but... Yeah, it's... There's 64 according to this. Item level 64, minimum level 65. But again, it's weird to have, like, legendary items halfway through a book. Or at, like, end of a book, yeah, but halfway through, like, a volume. Though I guess maybe this is the end of, like, this content. Because the fact you can go and skip makes me think that what happened is... what tends to happen, I think, is... in between patches, when a quest is updated, that's, like, a fresh start point. So you can start that next bit. So they probably finished with this book 3, chapter 3... whatever, or book 3 chapter 11, and then eventually moved on to book 4, like, I don't know, 2 months later or whatever. I'm guessing. Maybe this was before, like, not necessarily part of Rise of Isengard, and then the next bit of content was. So that'll be why you can skip. Whereas with, like, Moria, as we saw, we can't, like, skip halfway through to try and get Mirror of Galadriel. They have been a little bit sneaky with the way they've done. Not necessarily sneaky. I think we're the ones trying to be sneaky here. But obviously, Mirror of Galadriel is the end of book 7. And book 9 is where we can start, like, Mirkwood stuff. So that would actually be... Like, it's halfway through, so it's not even like we can just skip. Like, that's why originally I was thinking of going and doing Mirkwood, except I don't like Mirkwood too much, and there's 18 chapters in one book. Like, from the looks of things, it's just you have one book, and that's it. And that's not a big deal, like, doing one book. But when that book is 18 quests and, like, a bunch of solo quests and skirmishes, then it's a different story. Speaking of which, I should have done skirmishes on my level 65 at some point, because I'm going to get messed up by those 3 session play things. Skirmish things. Does the epilogues actually give anything good anymore? Let's have a look. I don't know, enhancement runes, gold emblems, scroll of renewal. I actually really wonder what that quest gives you now. Have you done all the epilogues for volume 2? I'm guessing they just kind of are all stuff, but the Cucharon's bow, I have no know how to say the name properly. That apparently gives you a bow or a scroll of renewal, but I'm guessing the scroll of renewal has been taken out of the game. But I haven't completed it, so I don't actually know. And I also couldn't see right now, but I need like a pronunciation guide for this game sometimes. So can I heal anybody with this? Ah, okay, so I can heal my own people with this. So that's just part of the epilogue-y stuff, it says. They are part of the epilogue deed. Oh, yeah, the deed epilogue of elves and dwarves. Yeah. So it starts at the Haunted Inn, apparently. If it was easier to go to, I would just go and, like, head over there and have a look, but it's kind of just in the middle of Mirkwood. And I haven't done all the Mirkwood stuff, I've just realized, so. Oh, well, the quest itself is supposed to, if I drag this here. That's what the, so this one. Says you get a bow, which I guess would be quite a nice stat stick, I'm guessing. But also, yeah, scroll of renewal, which obviously is no longer useful, so I just wonder if it's actually been changed or forgotten about, because I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just gonna end up doing a video that, like, because it's only gonna be the first little, like, maybe up to 85 worth of content, right? Because I think after a while they got their act together a little bit more. But I just want to do a video going through every single weird bit of quest rewards, like, gear-wise. Does it, if you go in your completed, in the completed thing, though, it should show what the rewards were. Is it just it gives you the bow now? I mean, I think it makes sense having the bow or the scroll. Like, if you're not a bow user, then you can use it on your legendary weapon. Like, it kind of makes sense for a reward. It's just the fact that that's the only one on there that doesn't actually have an updated thing. So. Right, if 2v1 doesn't work out for you, then we got a problem. Normally in session plays, they give, like, the named characters, like, hundreds of thousands of health. So it's very weird that they actually gave them such, like, low health. I actually have more than them. Yeah, now that I think it always actually gave it. I could be wrong, but the end of Mirkwood only gives you a tracery box, like a 50 tracery box. So it's not as useful to us now. I think it is still better for me just to do the level 50, whatever 55 quest it is. Whatever volume 6. Yeah, level 60 quest. I think it just makes sense to do that one quest as quickly as we can. I would almost say if we're like, depending on how long it takes to get to both 65 and to get to like completing it, I wonder if it would be better having like a high elf for the like swift travel to Karas Galdon. Like, does that extra time? It's like an extra 20 minutes worth of time in creation. But you do get like an extra ring, I guess, as well. Like scaled ring. And you have more class choice. And now because of is it War of Three Peaks? I don't know. Because of the goat as well, we also don't have to worry about like mounts in Moria, which isn't obviously wasn't a huge deal before, but a little bit easier now. The problem when I failed is I'm now like super paranoid about their health more than I am anything else. So it's like, Isildur, please heal. It's not your time just yet. Yes, everybody focus on me. Clearly the biggest threat. I'm basically evading every attack though, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this just ruins the pacing. You know? That's probably my biggest criticism of it. Like, it's almost just padding to the content, in a way. Just kind of feels unnecessary. All come close, please. Oh, apparently in the lottery store, select cloaks are 20% off. Is there any good cloaks? I guess we'll have to find out. Just stand here, AoE. It's 4 seconds on our AoE. I feel like it's just quicker for me to just use my AoE attack. Oh my god, people actually running stairs. Is that the same guy who was trying to do Threshold? I think it was. I've not seen people try and do stairs in forever. Yeah, this is what their patching blade wall to be like. Be ready. I am just better off healing, though, at this point. I'm just going to be a mini. And I've got another one, another 2 to go across. It's going to be so annoying. I got to save my, like, Destroy Foes of Gondor, which has 15,000 damage. I know, amazing. 15k. I mean, one good thing, I guess, as I said, is I can just aggro all of them with the AoE, which keeps them off the NPCs. Okay. Now. Let's hit you with our big hitter. And then keep an eye on people's healths. Too far away, that's dumb. I kind of want to keep an eye on this Orc Marauderer. Because I feel like he's not losing any health. I don't actually know if that updates. It does. Okay, cool. Yeah. I wonder if I can kill these guys quicker than he can kill them. I wouldn't be surprised. This is how he died last time, I bet you. Because he's just one-on-one and he's so bad at damage. I'm actually just going to have to kill it to even have any chance of any of us surviving. I am both the tank and the healer. It's the way it's got to be. This better be it. I'm not fighting anybody more. I mean, yeah, I even saw in the forum thing for it that people are more... A lot of people were saying, debuff the tracery, not the skill. I think is the general consensus. But I almost wonder if they are unwilling to debuff traceries because they're like new and they want to not have people be like, oh, well, you clearly didn't think that out because you've had to debuff it straight away, kind of thing. I also saw, and I don't know how true this is, someone said that they were like debuffing or buffing, sorry, a trait that didn't even exist since like 2012. I don't know how true that is, but that's really funny if so. I mean, yeah, I think they've nerfed a Hunter Tracery. I remember that.
At last they approached.
Yeah, there was a mini one that was like, there was a trait that I think it was one of the like, oh, I can't show you, but the like the ones on the left side. I find that really funny if that's true. All right.
But the men of the mountains refused to fulfill their oath. They had worshipped Sauron in the dark years and thought they would be rewarded.
At least we can't fail from here. That's like the biggest thing, I think. Come on. Leave this place, never return. Right, and hopefully we can, like, play the game now. Would be nice. It's a very novel concept, I know, but maybe. Right. Candace, please don't make me sad again. Yeah, that sounds about right. Why is my game just, like, at 20 FPS whenever I start? I hate it. Come on. There we go. I can actually play the game now.
Do not be concerned for me. I am proud of the warrior Wadu became.
Okay, recover the sword from Wadu's favorite tree. Do people just have, like, favorite trees? Is that just, like, a thing? If it is, maybe I'm missing out. Okay.
Thank you for bringing me my brother's sword. I will use it in his memory.
I'll have to pause soon. What, just in case they, like, change the content to be, like, a new thing?
Absolutely not.
Oh, look at that.
Rodenier found this letter stuck into a nearby tree with a knife.
I mean, yeah, but that's something you can consume. So I want my javelin. It's not going to matter if I do this, right? So. We can just...
Is this Ergathorn a friend? Why will he not show his face?
This quest is meant for a fellowship and is not intended for a solo person. When does the volume finish anyway? 72, 75, 75. Oh, the whole volume's like 85, yeah. It's very interesting that... So where's the highest we can get up to? 75 content. So technically, what, book 6? I mean, we can get halfway through book 7. If we're sticking with, like, 75. Mists of Anduin, that's actually the quest we were looking at earlier, because that's the quest on the Legendary server that actually sends us, or gets us, a cloak and a title. You're more in some of the orc-sized goblin has human male attack such damaged sound bites. I haven't heard of that before. I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, half orcs, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably just some weird mix-up. Hit level 30 is a free account. Yeah, I'm still accruing XP. I thought 30 was the limit. Has 30 ever been like the limit? I haven't known it to be. But
Can the words of Ergathorn be trusted? If so, a messenger from Dunland must be somewhere in the depths of Lido.
oh, I'm gonna be inspirations as well. Yeah, someone's just confused about it, but I was like, I remember there being like a 30 limit in terms like you can play for free up to 30. But I think that was more like you have to pay for content at 30, not you can't play past 30. It's an instance, so I can't be like stupid with this, can I? Maybe I can. Nope, I'm not gonna be stupid with it. I mean, you do get quests technically, you just don't get side content. It's only epics. Come on. Don't do this to me, game. Not in the mood after that session play. Having to redo content. Slow, boring content. Let's just go this way. It's fine. Okay. Alright, there we are. I'm still in combat? What am I still in combat with? Get back here. At least it doesn't leave me, you know, behind. So is it, like, still a thing then? I guess. At least it takes me all the way back here. I would hate it if it didn't do that. And I get my second age. Oh, I'm so glad to get my second age weapon. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go get my javelin of the second age. And level 68. Nice. Come on, game. Stop doing this to me.
I spoke against the promises of Saruman for many days.
Are all Devodiads so trusting?
If two or more of us still stand
Okay.
against the wizard, we must remain strong as well. The road through
So we now have a useless item.
no matter the words of
Once again. I kind of wish there was a way I could, like, I don't know, deconstruct it, but it is whatever.
We cannot let our caution wane.
Your leader Halbarad does not know what he says. All men are fools.
Thanks, I guess. That's just rude. Known as not exactly one for having a good conversation. She learns, though.
What do you have to say to me, Devodiad?
So I have to defeat hostile Dunlendings. So I'm just going to go down here. I don't actually know how many, but I apparently get a level 50 tracer out of this. So that's nice. And also one good thing is I have that mustering point, or the milestone, so I can just kind of skip back to the thingy. The only annoyance is I might not get the deed, but that's fine. What were they? Does that work? Okay, so return when you're satisfied. So maybe it's a way of getting you to do this bit of content. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think I might just continue the epic. And then I'll come back and do the side content as we go. One of the good things is I should get tracery things for completing the quest deeds, I think. So that also helps me out. Scout the crossing. What, the, by the first hall? That bit? Okay. I know there's like the riddle one. I don't know if that's what you're on about. Not fine, not fully sure. I have to go through it all anyway at some point, so maybe I'll find it. We shall see. There's like all the where is it? It's like this bit down here. The old Silvertine Sea. It's the only one I remember where the riddles are. There's one in like the Flaming Deeps that I just kind of like remember but also forget that it even exists. Okay, so I got a Gondorian candelabra.
We will travel to Zudragun together, and at once. Once more we put our trust in Ergathorn and travel.
Not the city one. I mean, it's been a while.
Will we find there as he said?
I'm pretty sure I've done every quest anyway now in Moria, so. Oh, that's fine. I wonder if this counts. I guess maybe it won't count for the deed because you don't cross there. I think the idea is that you cross there and come back, like cross two different bits. Because I remember... Oh, I think he's fighting someone. I remember when I came through the first time, you hear that like kind of click sound that you get when you get a new deed. But because it's hidden, it doesn't actually show up until you complete it. Oh, look at those double bleeds that I'm getting. Stealth attack. I think it's 60, no, 70. I get a new gambit there. I mean, for this, it's for Warden, it's kind of quite an integral part of it. Because it's like sustained damage. Like, just damage over time in general. But it's also like, with the way Warden's spear gambits work, there's like a, I think it's like 15% chance or something of doubling. Yeah, 15% chance to like have double bleeds and stuff. This idea of just keeping like constant damage on. Even the Rift gear has like a higher chance of like adding stuff, right? From above, what? So yeah, even like during normal gameplay and leveling, it's probably not that big a deal, but when you're actually wanting like big damage. Because there's even the whole idea of chaining together bleeds. Because if you go for... If you do go for, like... Was it? Offensive strike? Might you blow? Wait, no. Yeah. Where are they? Unerring strike as well. Power attack. You just get more damage. If you do like previous ones. And on expiration as well. That's also extra. Yeah, they've said they have no intention at the minute, which I don't really think is like the way they said it. I don't know. When I was watching that Core of the Rings where Cordovan talked about it, he just seemed, I don't know, maybe this is me reading into it too much. He just seemed not very interested in it as a whole. He was like, yeah, we have no plans for it. I think it's just one of those things they've done and then kind of like not really, as far as I'm aware, there's not really much they've done with it. Not that there is anything I can do with it. So I think nowadays it's less of a big issue because your legendary weapons will just have Balerion damage on it. In places like Sarnor, for example, there are... I think Ancient Dwarf is like the best, you know, because they only take like, you know, 5% or 10% damage from any other damage type and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's one of those like old things again where, you know, different immunities to different damages and stuff. Because you change them with titles, so you could actually change it. I don't think there's a way of changing damage types on new legendaries. Nope, don't want to do that. That's just me kicking you. So loud. Just let me stab like the main guy and then everything will be fine, right? It's just how this works. You know this. And then I take it these guys are going to be our next two. Maybe. 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 Oh. Just let me... Thank you. Finally. What is my, What's my, like, I need, like, a shield fist. Yeah. No, you're not allowed to make it so I can't shout. That's just rude. I guess in the situation where I do get silenced, I can at least do 2-1-2-1-2 and get my damage plus heals. That's one way of doing it.
Once again, Ergathorn has saved us a great deal of trouble. Before the attack, Nar became very agitated, and no words would calm him.
Yeah, I think because it's just... Because there's now no way of changing it, I would think it's unlikely that they will continue it. This is the same as this is near enough the same layout of as that Mori instance with the anvil, the fire thingy. How interesting. Because you can't change your weapon things now. I don't even think, because on the old ones, the titles would also give you like plus X amount of damage to orcs or spiders or whatever, on top of the change to damage type. So I think it's also just another thing that they've just kind of swept under the rug and pretended didn't exist. That'd be a really easy video to make. 5 forgotten things. 5 forgotten systems in Lotro.
That was quite a battle, was it?
Epic battles. Number 1. Number 2. Weapon types.
I do not know what interest Nar could have in these topics.
Okay. Let's go back down. It'd be nice if at some point a horse just came back here. But now I have to actually like manually travel. Life is so hard. Imagine having to actually, you know, ride your horse to an area. So unsophisticated. Let's have 3 of those. I'll use them up. Why not? Get some extra experience down on our bar. Right, I wonder when we'll get this deed completion. I know it's supposed to be, like, I'm probably messing myself up because I'm only going up. I think it's supposed to go up 5 times, down 5 times, and I'm only going up. Well, no, I'm only going down 5 times. I'm not actually going up because I'm just going in swift traveling. But worst case scenario, I could just go up and down. If that's the case, I find that really funny. That's just really amusing to me. I feel like World Chat's gonna have an argument soon. Why does this happen every night, I swear? Well, I mean, people that are developing the classes should know the classes, but like, yeah. The people that are changing stuff should probably at least know. Well, it's just any compensation for VIPs that bought expansions or premium races before 33 or just a traditional screw you. And I think this is the correct answer, whether or not you like it or not, is the compensation you got was being able to use those classes and races and expansions before the next update. Like, you already have access to them, and you have, like, you know, if you bought them with money, you got, like, extra stuff, like horses or cosmetics or whatever. Like, buying Helm's Deep, for example, will get you the horse, or Rise of Rohan, sorry, gets you the horse. But you won't, as far as I'm aware, don't get that in update 33 if you just got given it. So I feel like the problem is, though, you do that, and then suddenly people will be, like, demanding stuff like that for everything. Like, even small, like, extras. And it can just get, I think, it will just get, like, annoying after a point. Like, in some situations, I think it makes sense. Right? But, especially talking about, like, purchasing it, I don't know, a week before, let's say. But, you know... I've had Helm's Deep for like 6+ years. I'm not upset that other people are going to get Helm's Deep 6 years later.
He was unable to deliver that letter in life.
It's like people that say, so I saw a comment on the downtime thing, right? And I sort of understand where people are coming from, but obviously downtime was extended today, and people were like, oh, well, that's cutting into my, like, VIP time. We should get compensated, like, 2 free days of VIP. And I'm like, it's like a couple of hours. You know?
Alberon's wishes are my own as well. We must learn if Aragorn can compel the Oathbreakers to fulfill their oath. Are you ready to depart for the Forsaken Road?
Gambit builder damage.
Walk the Forsaken Road.
And that's like not the first time I've seen that. I've seen a couple of things under that sentiment. I want to see though if this stuff has changed on Warden, because I know the rotation changed, but I wonder if the legendaries have changed at any point. The only one I'm maybe critical of or confused about, and I do understand why, but Ascendant Light instead of Ascendant Lightning is the only thing that I'm, like, questioning. I understand it because you get crit from both sets, from, like, 1 and 2, right? And in this situation, we'll be putting 4 on our stuff by the end of it. We get the crit times 4. We get the 15% light type damage, which is good for Warden. And then we get the outgoing healing rating, which I guess is fine because we'll, like, outgoing healing should affect self heals as well, as far as I'm aware. So we can at least heal ourselves better. However, would it not be maybe better just to get the pure crit, like the 4 crits and the crit bonus? I don't know. I thought that, so in my thoughts was that if I do outgoing healing, it's obviously better for people I'm healing, right? Incoming healing is for ourselves, but I swear I've had outgoing healing because the heals would increase with outgoing healing, but then obviously it goes to yourself. Because I think I worked out, like, maybe I was working it out wrong, but I thought I was, because I had, like, X amount of outgoing healing, that my self heals are actually higher. Like, maybe my runestone. I think what it was is maybe my runestone on Warden, or not Warden, Runekeeper, it affected, because that is technically outgoing healing, and it's a separate entity, I guess. So that's probably what I'm thinking. But yeah, my thought was like, why don't I just... I don't know if I, like... It must be worth it for the light damage. I guess the damage over time is affected by the light damage, right? Because it's light damage over time. So that is fine, and 15% is quite substantial. But again, like, I feel like the crit rating... I guess if you're over crit, like, capped on crit otherwise, then, you know, you should go for it, but... And I'm sure there's other heraldries that will go for plus crit, for example. So these guys do not give up. Oh, I'm definitely capped on crit now. Like, actually, I might not be because I've just gone past that threshold. But, because I just leveled up, I might just be under crit. Because I wasn't too far over on my crit. I know my physical mastery is higher than my crit. But I think I think I'm being affected by inspiration because I'm at 436% at the moment on my physical mastery, which is fun. All right. Let's go find this dude. Is Guardian a total bore leveling up? I don't know if I can fully answer that. I haven't really spent too much time with Guardian. I've been quite enjoying the Guardian that I've been playing. I've been like 1-2-shotting most enemies, which I find quite fun. And that's with I think that's with Feeman, who is like not even geared right. Obviously things will scale up later when like higher level stuff will happen and we'll get worse gear. But like in comparison to what they expect, but Guardian and Lawmaster are like my two least knowledgeable classes. Like I haven't played too much of them. But from my limited experience, I have had quite a bit of fun. I've been playing Redline. I don't know if that will affect anything. I've heard Redline for leveling, yellow for like content, right? Like instances or whatever. Or is it blue? I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be blue, sorry. For like tanking. But like red for leveling. I might be thinking of champion. Is what people say, like red for this and yellow for that. What is Lawmaster getting extra stuff now? I know Mini's getting extra stuff, but I haven't heard anything about LM. Oh yeah, I see quite a bit. There's quite a lot of brawler stuff as well. It's just a lot of the time in World Chat, I see people like, I see a lot of people asking like, what do I use? What line do I go for champion? I'm like, any. I guess. Mini's getting some extra stuff. Warden determination skill for the people buff now reduces incoming damage by 2.5 per stack up to it. Is that a buff or a debuff? I need to find out. I actually don't know because it doesn't say. It's not something I necessarily use anyway, but maybe that makes blue line. Like, we've talked about me potentially going for like a blue line build to have like a tank just in case. So that could be worth going for. So every Gambit builder builds a stacking mitigation buff on the Fellowship. It doesn't say what it changed from, but it's now up to minus 25% incoming damage, which is interesting. What's Lawmaster getting? Updated the old class template that had Lawmasters advancing their damage and healing progression slower than the other two classes from levels 1 to 50. Now mirrors the mini and arcade progression. It's Sticky gourd effects are now applied as an immediate AoE rather than a hotspot. The effect themselves has a 20-second duration. Sticky gourd hotspots were causing some serious performance issues and couldn't crit. Still can't do this gambit. It's annoying me. Fierce lightning now can be applied to any Lawmaster lightning skill. Now directly applies its fire damage over time to targets rather than setting the ground on fire. Yeah, I mean, if I've got the extra... I've said I want to get a third one of these. I just need an excuse to buy 100. But I do want to have one of each, like an assailment, a recklessness, and a determination one. I don't really know where I have a space. Like, I don't know where it's going to fit in for us to be that like yellow line, but having it is better than not, I guess. Can this guy just, like, stop yet? It's almost like it's trying to get me to practice doing that rotation. I mean, at least you can have, like, multiple weapons easier, but it's also a bit of a pain, because if I'm... It's like I've said, if I want to have... So the reason I've gone for, like, a second weapon was originally because of the epic battles, but also because sword is technically the better damage per second for Warden, right? Because I get the extra 5% damage. But if I'm going for legendaries, like, I've got to go get a whole other set of legendaries, which I guess I have an excuse to do, like, more of these Bjornings if I want to do that. But I think a lot of the times when people have been working out specs, they've been trying to only switch one weapon. So because they can be on any, the idea is, like, my javelin will always stay the same and my sword would be the only thing that's different. Oh, I'm not actually supposed to be attacking him. I think the idea is I was not actually supposed to repetitively attack him. I just kind of was stuck in that mentality. Yeah, it's a difficult thing for me because, like, I know that sword should be a higher damage output, right? By 5%, right? I think it's 5%. I'm pretty sure it's 5%. But anyway, I know that that's the case, but I find the spear aesthetically more pleasing. So, I don't know how to feel. I definitely think it's something I would like to see be changed is getting spear mastery. Yeah, obviously that will be a 5%, but it will scale. But yeah, just one of those things. Yeah, so this is the armor that I can get. Again, this is, like, worse than what I have, but, like, that's actually kind of useful for me in a normal situation, right? So these gauntlets, because might and agility, I'm getting like 505 physical mastery from that. And then 66 vitality. The plus power isn't really a huge issue, but I guess it would be nice. The will is the only thing that's, like, super weird, but also it's just an item that doesn't make much sense to me. But yeah. Man heal scaling. Nah, it's fine. It stays flat, right? Flat heal. The word Gundabad has been removed from the Legendary Items Reward Track panel title. I've never really paid attention to it, but yeah, I guess it might be weird that Gundabad is in the title there. Yeah, I haven't really known much of that. I actually want to find, because I would have done that quest on video. I actually want to see if that was still the gear at that time. I don't remember ever getting that gear. But maybe I just forgot. But I feel like I'd remember a thing, right? See, as I was saying, Slowtro is at level 75 at the moment. Thinking about, like, because we were talking about it yesterday, I think it was yesterday. That could be a route we go down. Oh, hey, look, it's a pocket item, which, is there a way to use an item without equipping it? That's what I want to know. I don't think a 20 seconds of extra physical mastery is too much of a big a deal, but it's only got a 5-minute cooldown, so that's not terrible.
We have delayed too long already. I am ready to go.
It's just when we get to like 6-mans and whatever. I think there might be a way of doing it through sequence bars. Because I know there's a way you can unequip items through sequence bars. Right? I'm more talking about like still before battle, but without having to like double click and switch out. Yeah, I mean, I'm more mean like, yeah, 12-mans and stuff. But 6-mans is like just a logistical issue more than a like anything else, I think. Like just having 6 characters. And like being in the right spots and whatever. What was I trying to look up? Sequence bars. Is there a way to do it with sequence bars? Do I even have sequence bars installed? Apparently I don't. Oh, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure I updated sequence bars not that long ago, but okay. Yeah, hopefully it shouldn't be too long. Unfortunately, like, so I've had this like weird rota issue where I don't know, I've had to go back and forth with it. So originally I was supposed to be doing like basically I'm supposed to be finishing at like 7s, so I get like home at 8 on weekends, for example, and then that at least gives me a little bit of time to work with and play and at least do whatever, right? But I have been put on like 1/9s, which is just like more awkward for getting home, because then I gotta wait like an hour to just get a lift to get home. And like tomorrow I was supposed to be, what's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to have Thursday, Fridays off, but for some reason I'm now working the Friday until midnight, even though I was pretty sure I was supposed to change that to a 2:10 so I could actually get home. It's just, yeah. Because there was this whole debate of like, when I started, when people start, they write out like what shift you can do. And when I first started, I said I can't do Mondays and I can't do Wednesdays because I had other stuff to do. So I was like, right, I can do any shift but those. I now work, well, I'm supposed to work both Mondays and Wednesdays. I've said that they should just, I don't know, yearly at least, or just on occasion, make us refill those out so that we can be like up to date. Because I have told everybody that, or there's someone I work with who has said that he cannot do Thursdays anymore because he now has to babysit on Thursdays. So he can't do Thursday nights. Yeah, he gets put on, keeps getting put on Thursdays, even though he's told everybody. I'm like, well, they're clearly not listening. Yeah. And it's just kind of annoying. There's a lot of drama going on, not necessarily where I work, but within the company, about like pay and rotas and stuff. And it's quite funny. I think I talked about the first one, but there's been a couple more since then, with people complaining, and I just find it funny. I mean, we have like a one-to-one thing every month, but it's just, it becomes this like, you get given, you know, you get given like targets, what you've got to do and stuff, but they just become the most like mundane, generic thing. It's just, I don't know. I know a meeting's not necessarily supposed to be the most, you know, interesting thing, but I think I'm going to go this way, because I never go this way. Our biggest issue is we've got 4 managers that do 4 weeks worth of rotas. So they each do 1 a week. And they can't go up until all 4 of them are done. And 3 of them get done, and then 1 of them they keep having to wait on, which means nobody knows what they're working. But yeah. I don't know. It is something I brought up, but I don't know. The reason as well I'm like annoyed about coming shifts is I'm actually not going to be streaming on Monday either this week or next week. Because, you know, it being April and all, right? It being April, we're having our Christmas party in April. Because that's just the way things go, apparently. Yeah, I'm like working till midnight tomorrow, till 9 on Saturday, 9 on Sunday, out on Monday, working the night Tuesday, night Wednesday. My next day off is next Thursday. So yeah. Which is also annoying because I need to get like finished on this Lotro video or Lotro video. As I posted in Discord, I have done sort of the beginning bit. Like I've got like the script recorded basically. I just need to actually get the game footage for the Lotro stuff. But I couldn't do that because the servers were down. So instead, you know, issues. But I've got what? A little under about 3 weeks, which it should be more than enough time, but I've got about 3 weeks to complete this video, and that should be fine. The only problem is it's sort of a medium that I'm not used to. I don't do like IRL stuff, so like doesn't sound like it, but it is like slightly different to like edit for me. I think what I put up was fine. I'm not too like sold on it fully. I think it's all right, but I think I could do better. But we might just have to see. Yeah, I have come through here very briefly because I've just done this content on Scarshow at some point, but I haven't fully come through here on the Epic before. What date is the 24th, actually? The 24th is a Sunday. Okay. So 24th is a Sunday. Good to know. I don't know if I should upload on the Sunday or if I should upload on the Wednesday prior. That's a thought. I mean, in my ideal world, I will try and get a daytime stream somewhere in there. But that'll be probably like, I don't know, Wednesday, so it's not even that far off. Because I've got to go in early tomorrow. I actually don't know. So I've got to go in early tomorrow till midnight. I've got to go in early-ish. You're at 15,748. Ghost is at 49,882. So, little over 3 times. But it's fine, because as soon as Lego Star Wars comes out, then you'll never see Ghost again. Yeah, because I'll be in early Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday, I might be able to do like a Monday morning stream. That might be an idea. Because I might be hungover on Tuesday morning, I'm not gonna lie. If I hear what people's plans are for me. Just like you never see Dampe. True. Maybe we can convince Dampe to, I don't know, tank for us. This quest is weird. It said follow the lookout, but the lookout went this way and then he disappeared. Okay. Yeah, if Ghost is like maybe able to come back and blue line champion. Green champion. Why not? I pretty sure you are. I don't know what Dampe's stats are, but I'm still pretty sure you are. The last screenshots I have of Dampe are from quite a while ago now. I screenshotted all his gear, but that also doesn't mean anything because I don't know his stats. Occasionally I have asked Ghost to just like send me the stats, like a screenshot of them, but do I have to actually go over here? Like, how's this work? I did this recently, but oh, I've got to wait for dialogue. Okay. A future SSG issue. Probably many things, but go on. I mean, yeah. I think they're being quite careful with their trait tree sometimes. Or not, like, with the trait tree that, like, points, you know? Only because they did the whole thing where it was like, I think between 115 and 130, or 120 or something, you only got, like, 3. No, was it between, like, 105 and 120, you only got, like, 3 or something like that? Instead of making it every other level. I think what they'd probably do, maybe, is add more points to, like, some of these. So instead of having, like, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, they might have, like, I don't know, 2, 5, 7, 10, 9, well, no, 10, 12, 15, like, adding more increments in between to kind of offset the extra. Maybe, I don't know. Well, yeah, 2.5, but if they're doing seconds, I guess maybe they would do 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds. If it was like percent, then makes sense, but seconds, I don't know. But again, saying that, I know for a fact they have done mastery cooldown at 5.5 seconds. So, not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, you got to think. I know it's not a huge thing, but for like, I know, Brawler as well, where they're like kind of expected. I think that's why they maybe did it. Like with Brawler, they kind of just expect you to have to go into yellow, obviously.
You're welcome here, as long as you don't trouble us.
I think it's the same thing of like eventually they're just gonna have like something's gonna have to happen with either getting rid of some trait things. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of the promotion points ones. Right? Yeah, 98 is the max you can spend. 100 is the max you can earn, I think, at the minute. I think it's 98 if you don't include epic battle ones. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe got rid of that. Maybe got rid of the class trait ones, maybe. That could be a thing they maybe try and do. But we'll have to see. Anyway. I'm not going to do too much side content. I am just going to come back to each of these areas as and when needed. For the moment, Galtrev is kind of my priority because I like Galtrev. Let me find... I want to find Dampes. That's Palpadol. I mean, yeah, it's like... So 100 points is not difficult, in my opinion. 100 promotion points isn't difficult. It's 200 promotion points that's the issue, right? In my opinion. So you do have to do pretty much everything to get 98. So I think they're at least having a bit of overhead, so you can have like 99 or 98 without fully completing every little thing. But yeah, I think in some cases they are kind of just getting rid of epic battles being as huge a focus. It's so weird seeing like... I've got screenshots from when Renaborn was my highest level character. So odd. Got Palpadol. All my old legendary stuff. I just want to find Dampe. I know for a fact I had like Dampe screenshots. So this is all Gundabad stuff. So I'm guessing it's got to be before that, right? It's got to be well before that. 2022. Yeah, it can't be there. Okay, so I've got to be in a different like folder. I think I had a backup folder. Here, there it was. I actually think this area is one like almost the easiest to do some questing because you get so many like not later on you just kind of get so many like items like drop items for quests. Okay, so that's when I went through Bree and did all the screenshots. That was beginning of 2021. Crazy to think. Old school Tarvelard. I really want to find these. That's a screenshot of Dampe at 57. Not very useful. Dampe at 58. Also not very useful. I almost want to scroll to the bottom and go backwards, I guess. The better idea. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. well, maybe like next expansion, whenever that ends up being. I think it's gonna be a while for the next expansion. I feel like, I know, I almost hope they spend more time doing like Yondershire type stuff like they're doing at the moment. I feel like that would be better, you know? I mean, it's like for me when I on like Palpatine, where I dropped some less needed like physical mitigation. I was like, I don't need that much physical mitigation, and I can get a heal like Runestone. There's probably stuff like that where you can kind of drop the less needed stuff, or like the max tier of this skill. What's the difference between tactical and physical mastery? If you asked me that 2 years ago, I probably couldn't tell you the answer. Not gonna lie. I think that's why we should at some point do that video we were talking about, the like very basics, like the very beginners stuff. I kind of want to do a video, just be like how your class works, Hunter, how your class works, Runekeeper. And just be like, this is the focus bar. This is what it does. You know, you will build focus, and then this does this, and like, you know, but one for each class.
I did not think to see you again, Devorian. But I was wrong, yeah? Even the
She thought we were gonna go die.
further the wizard's aims.
Oh wait, we gotta go like north, right? %6 damage if you do a wield. Oh, that's pretty steep. Didn't mean to go that way. Come on. That's fine. I mean, 6%. That's can be quite substantial, right? I kind of want Ghost to just jump on his on Dampe, just so we can see what his stats are. I don't know why I'm so like. I do love Killing Spree. Killing Spree is a fun old time. Okay. Ooh, that's quite a fancy shield. That's actually a thing I need to do, is I need to go through shields again, not only to find the correct shield for us at 75, but I also want to find like the shield that cosmetically I want. Because I'm quite looking forward to hopefully getting our cosmetics. Again, I can just get the cosmetics I want now if I spend like 100 Lotro points or something like that, but I don't really want to. Right? Because well, I know right now people are not using They're not dual wielding. They're using two-handed. So yeah, I assume. Well, from what I understand, people have told me, the reason for people using the dual wield, well, no, two-handed instead of dual wield, is because there isn't like a good 140 offhand, at least at the time. I don't know if because of the raid, if there's a new one added. I could look, I guess. Like, there is an axe and stuff, right? But doesn't even have weapons on thingies. I really wish, one thing I wish we could have from item treasury is a level thing. Like items between this and this level, or above this level. So I could say minimum level 60, or let's say minimum level 75, maximum level 80, let's say. And then it will show items that have that minimum level. There is that extra kind of annoyance of they don't, you know, not having like stuff without a minimum item level, but yeah. Okay, and our final one. Cool. Getting a bit of a delay in my sounds. That's fun. So, what's the skill I get at 80? Or the gambit I get at 80? 70, sorry. Warden's Triumph. And then Resolution is at 72, and then Resounding Challenge is at 80. Resounding Challenge is like the first skill I'm supposed to use, but because I'm not actually using my ranged stuff anyway, it's not as bad. I don't think. Because Recklessness, I don't use Recklessness, but maybe I should. Because I have it somewhere. There it is. But yeah, I just don't know, like, minus 10% block chance, minus 10% parry and evade. I do get plus 50% damage, which I guess is the biggest thing there. My crit being pretty much capped already. I am 0.6% off now, but my crit being in most situations capped means that at least, like, you know, I just don't have to worry about that. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, like missions and stuff. Bigger crit damage. Yeah. I'm not saying it's like bad to use. I'm just saying I forget to use it. I think as well the cooldown's actually not too bad. I don't think it's... I swear it used to be worse. I swear there used to be like an extra thing. An all-out attack which sacrifices defense for offense. I don't think it's too bad just losing block, parry, evade by 10% for a bit. For only 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm supposed to do that and then Spear of Virtue, but I don't even know which one Gambit that is. Is this one here? 2-3-2-3. No, wait. 3-1-3-1. Stabbing attack that dismays the foes. So it has light damage every 4 seconds for 28 seconds, plus 2 attacks. It's... Oh, so the first attack is regular damage, and the second attack is light damage. Fair. Did I also eventually work out what carving I was having? Okay, I'm also going to go grab the camp down here. Save myself some time. Because I can't remember what one I said. Maybe. I do have light oils, so I could check that out. I have... Where are they? There they are. Have I got light oils on? I do. So Spear of Virtue... No, it's still Balerian damage. Assuming these actually count. It says some of your range skills temporarily deal light damage. So it's not even helping my melee skills. It's only stuff like hampering Javelin of Light, Ambush of Light. At least that changed. It's quite nice they actually change. I've never really paid attention.
Welcome, my friend.
Yeah, I think that's again a reason why. From what I saw of the Hidden Horde stuff, there isn't like a teal offhand, like sword offhand kind of thing. Which again, why I think people are going for two-handed. I assume when one-handed offhands become better, that's when people will go back. But the advantage, I guess you'll have sort of slightly, is that you can just take your traceries off and transfer them over. That's one of the at least ideas, I guess. Level wise, I think they'll be different, right? But I mean, yeah. I mean, the range resounding challenge will be at least a range skill to start with, but you still get that extra light damage, and I have the 15%. So I just need to remember how to do that, and I need to work out. Do I do 3? I could do 3 shift 1-1, I guess. I almost wish it said what was like the most efficient way in some situations, but that's something I'll have to just work out for myself, I guess.
That old woman is always sending us help.
It changes these skills though.
Never what we need. I will bring you and your people to Turmova to speak with the Brenin.
Word reached us even in Enedwite that the Falcon clans.
I think it's so as well. The crit hits will blind your damage, causing their attacks to mix more frequently. I think that's an extra thing just being added. Nope. Still not. So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to, like, because this is just a thingy, I can just not pay attention, because I already know what I'm doing, but... So Recklessness. Spear of Virtue. Unerring Strike. But why would you do... Okay, fine. I'm going to go and assume people know what they're doing, more than I do. Then, Surety of Death. Desolation, which is somewhere here. Piercing Strike, which is something I don't actually ever use, but sure. It's somewhere here. There it is. Actually, no, I do use Piercing Strike. Only on accident, though. Mighty Blow. So this is like nowhere near the order I'm currently doing things. In fact, it's actually opposite of what I'm doing because it's going down, which means I'm not getting the bonus damage. but that's fine. And then Brink of Victory over here. So that's supposed to be the order I do things. I do have a plugin. It's not very useful because it's out of date. So yeah, it's not actually too useful. I had sequence bars, which I tried setting like a thing up just to see the potential damage for. I don't think it was too useful in practice. But like I wanted to see potential stuff. But yeah. Having it lined up like this at least maybe lets me see, or like see an order. I do see the 15% chances at least applied to the tooltip, which is nice. And it's another thing where I've got to be like, okay, I've got to know which mastery to use for this one that doesn't then interfere with this, which is that. So I can use that. So I can go 3, that. Then this. Or I can find like, I don't know. Yeah, that won't be cooled down yet. I'm going to just take a screenshot real quick so I have that just available to me. But the problem with me trying to learn these things sometimes is that I'm killing stuff too quickly to actually get through a full thing. What I need to do is less about what like what icons. It's more about what buttons, right? Because although I know that Shift 3 does fist shield, me writing Shift 3 means I don't have to think about that. I just have to press a button rather than remember like, oh, well, I got to do fist shield, which means I got to press Shift 3. But yeah, I have to get to 75 first. I might honestly just get to 75 sort of thing. Just sort of do it. I don't think it's a particular problem. I have to go through all this content again at any point soon. So even if I don't do it on stream, it's like not a problem. Yeah, I'm going to do something with at least with the buttons, more so. I need to work out what's the best order to do these. Oh, I have a quest I've completed, but it's thank you. Game. Oh, what pocket item do I get out of this? Not that it's going to be useful, but it would be nice to be able to use an item without equipping it, though. If there's ever a way of doing that.
I'm not afraid of you.
So what was I doing? No, that's wrong. It's immediately wrong. I want to try this out, at least the first one, to get a feel for it. No, I wanted this, right? I need to wait for someone I can, like, challenge. So I was doing this one, which I guess would start if I did that 3-1. But I'm actually supposed to do 3, Alt 3, 1. I guess. We'll work it out as we go. Or I could do 3-1. 3-1, shift 1.
It is my task to prepare food for the warriors.
This is why Burglar is great for this place, because I couldn't damage it. Well, I could, but I was less likely to damage my legs. Through me being stupid.
Tanning is a complex and lengthy process, but so is the business of war.
Okay, and I think if I come up here and then come down to this area where Goladir is. But yeah, we can look into it. As I said, I want to obviously get 75 first, obviously. Because I need to get 75, and then I need to do a couple, like, I need to do Mirkwood still. Which is going to be fun. We'll eventually get around to it. Because, like, what do I still need to do, right? So I still need to do, like, Virtue Experience is kind of, like, the biggest thing for us. So I still need to do Sarnor. I still never got around to it. Trollshaws, I need to complete Angle. I have done quests and all this stuff, but I want to complete the Slayer for Angle. Now that that's been added. Enidwaith has 28k now left. Dunland will have 68k left, which is obviously quite a lot. Probably more than we actually have waiting here at the moment, honestly. But then going into here, I still have Southern Mirkwood. I still have quite a lot of Mirkwood stuff to do, so it's difficult because I think you had the same idea or same concern slightly, was doing that content is fine and getting all that virtue experience, but it's going to be a waste of virtue experience ultimately. So I'm like, I know I'm going to have more levels at least, because we should be up to like, or to be like 74, whatever 74 divided by 2 is. 37. Yeah. That's not what I was supposed to do. Oh, fair enough. That's better then, at least. That. Okay, so I did get it. Good. So I want to go. I think I can do that, but I'm going to default back to what I just know, which is... So if I do that real quick. Nope, that was wrong. Problem with me trying to learn is I'm just going to get it completely wrong for the first couple of times, but that's fine. Okay, so I want to waste that. And we want to go... If I don't get knocked out, that seems alright. But am I even supposed to go Desolation? No, I'm supposed to go Unerring Strike. But that's the problem, is I'm using that for Unerring Strike. So I have to go... I have to do, like... And then Surety of Death, which is 3/2/3. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I got a minor Essence of Will. How fun. I mean, one hope I can have is that I will learn... Ooh. My hope is that I will learn how to do Unerring Strike without clicking if I keep doing this. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Because right now that's my biggest issue. And I think clicking is more likely to fail than... Yeah, I feel like clicking is more likely to fail than pressing the buttons. That's something I've noticed. I don't know how true that is, or if it's just me... trying to, like, sound like I'm not a failure. I'm just overall slower than doing that, though. That's the problem. Nope. I guess that's the skill I'm using now. Why not? Okay. Well, let's go back. I think just the problem is I'm thinking about it too much now. Cool. Was that fine? Okay, cool. Let's go back to the boat then. There it is. So let's hope that we're doing this properly. I want to go through this area or like map out where you have to go for each quest. I just want to find the best way of picking up every quest in one go, killing, like, obviously got to kill stuff, but like trying to get it done as quickly as possible. Where's Roos? I know. Anyway, Golodar. Golodar is just an annoying quest. I don't like it.
Very different than I expected.
But yeah. Yeah, the issue is getting to surety of death. True. Golodar is just an annoying. Don't even have to finish the sentence. That's just it. What did I get? Steadfast cooldown. Why does it say steadfast cooldown mod? I feel like it should just say steadfast cooldown, right? Seems like a weird thing to add. I don't know what steadfast is, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, right, it's this one. Well, I don't know.
Thank you for bringing me those apples. I will prepare them for travel.
I mean, I can maybe see it being useful, more useful, like, as a, blue line. The fact I didn't break my legs there is kind of a surprise. Not gonna lie. So steadfast cooldown 16.5 seconds. It's currently at 1 minute, so that's like a quarter cooldown. I mean, I think it's a generally useful thing. Like, you want to be dazed less often, but I don't think I get dazed that much. But I think actually having more of a... I mean, I don't actually know if it's a thing I'm supposed to have. Maybe it is. I haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure. No. Oh, there is a recklessness critical rating buff. I wonder what that's like. Recklessness. Plus 38.5% recklessness critical rating buff. Plus crit on its own as well. I feel like that is what I might go for next. Because I'm obviously going to get 2 more things, right? Is it Words of Mastery we get another one of? Or is it Words of Power that we get another one of? I don't know what we get next.
Thank you for bringing me these branches. Their smoke will do nicely.
Let's have a look. Does it say? There's a bit that says somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh, so it's another Word of Mastery. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I'll probably go for that one next. I think that's a good idea. Because I can't really see... I mean, okay, so... Fist, Gambit chance, and crit chance. I don't know if that's overall crit chance, or...
I thank
It's an issue, right? Because I don't want to not deconstruct, but I don't want to take the virtues off of this when I'm like swapping them over. But I also want to organize them so they're a little bit easier for me to understand properly. Fist, gambit.
This oxide will serve.
Okay, so Fist Gambit critical chance. So it's just not a pure crit chance in general. It's just for Fist Gambits. But that said, that is Surety of Death and Desolation and the other one. Whatever it's called. Brink of Victory, that's it. It's not that, it's just more like I like having them in order as they are on Lotra HQ. But because mine are bugged, obviously, I don't want to take them off to reorder them. It's just nicer for me to be able to be like directly look, okay, so I got the first one is this one, okay, that's fine. Second one is this one, that's fine. Yeah, that sort of stuff. But I can just overwrite them anyway, so. Because those are all teals anyway, so we'll, you know, update them. So Fist Gambit damage and also Fist Gambit crit chance. So that's something. Gambit builder damage, which I think I do have. I don't know if it's on here. No. I thought I had it, but apparently I don't. Just Gambit builder damage, which is just obviously these three. Which I guess if I'm using more of them, then maybe. I'm gonna go for the black dies. Why not? Swap to a sword. I mean, I should, really. But then my sword is going to be less powerful at the moment. Because my bugged out gear. So until like 86, at 86 it will make sense. But currently, until like 80s, well, actually until 76, I think, technically. My current weapon is better. I just feel like black dye is the more awkward to get. I can craft it. But it's like a guild only recipe. Right? So, you know. That's why I've just had these as like uncommons at the minute, just to slot them in. But I'm not actually like really planning on using it. My original thing anyway was I was just going to use these in epic battles because I was going to reforge. Like, I obviously couldn't reforge mine at the time. And it was still 45 and broken from before. And I was just going to get my Runekeeper to do all the work anyway. Well, it's the only one that's actually rare. And I do like Evandin Blue, though. Don't get me wrong. I actually was thinking of putting Evandin Blue... Because what do we say? Like blue, teal... Blue, white, and gold, I think, were the three colors we were sort of thinking about. Which is basically what I've got on my weapons already. So Evandin Blue is my favorite blue in the game. So... Because I was going to put on the white tree stuff. I don't know if I want it to be white. Or if I want it to be blue. I want to go Moria Silver with this gear. But Moria Silver is just an awkward color to get. It's just expensive. But that way it's like just a bit, like it's still fine, but it's just a bit like off color, almost like it's dirty because you're like been doing stuff. I like the pockets. It's like Assassin's Creed-y in a way as well, so that's what I quite like about it. And it's not too in your face. But I was like, I could go Evandin Blue wherever it is. But that's just too... That's too bright, I feel. Maybe in contrast to this, but I do feel like it's too bright. There is a little bit of red added in as well, which I quite like. But maybe having a blue cloak. Like, I want like a blue and gold cloak is, I think, what I want. Or going for the Warden pack, as I said.
Yeah, this is just the right shade for our purposes.
Yeah. So it's like been used and worn and what have you. I just think makes it look better overall. How about a green? What, for the cloak? Or just in general? I'm going to make the Grey Company stuff, but I'm going to dye it red. That's my plan. I don't know. I don't know what my cosmetics look like. I do have the first bit of this, at least. I even think the Osgiliath stuff is quite nice. Like, this is my... I've got the, like, this gear. Which I quite like. But I feel like I need a hat, but Ghost hates hats, so... This kind of works for this area. It's very snowy. You know? I do want to probably just buy more outfit slots, but I don't know how much they are. I feel like they're expensive. 500 a piece. I mean, I can afford the 4 remaining. It's only 2k, but... Oh, my equipment outfit looks horrible. Just with that, Oh, I wonder if that, but like... I wonder if that outfit, or that cloak, but blue, how that would look. But oh, I can't change, I can't dye it. That's stupid. I would really like, and I know we technically have it through the wardrobe, but I would like a... If there was like an online version where I could just pick through all my gear and dye it, I feel like that would be nice. Like, I know it'd be basically impossible, but I really wish there was just some way that you could have that without having to, because most people won't have item treasury anyway. So that doesn't really work. So that one for the minute. Is that better than what I have right now? Gives me the crit. Gives me less health though. Don't really need it. Oh yeah, I've said there should be like 3 like areas to die sort of thing. Like I should be able to die specific like bits, like the shield. I don't know, maybe do the like outline, the gold bit as a separate piece to this grey bit. I think that just opens so many more possibilities. So yeah. Like for this stuff, if I were to, I don't know, dye this border bit and then the tree bit separately and the actual color of the item.
Perhaps you do have things to teach us in the ways of combat.
Yeah, of course I do. I'm just that good.
Training you can provide for us after all.
Right. He doesn't have a quest until like the very end, right? Oh, it's so sad. The damage isn't even that different. I mean, I get it. This is a level 65. This is a level 60, but look at what the damage we had. Compare that to our current spear. It's actually had more damage. So that's a javelin, so I guess it's different. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit closer. So I do get this one still. It's nice that it's an hour cooldown, but the sorry, an hour duration, but the 12-hour cooldown is pretty crazy. That kind of works. I just feel like it's high time that I changed mine. This has been the same since we made the character. The only difference is the weapons. That's the only things that are not that are not the same. And I guess the shield. I actually haven't come through here. No, I have come through here on a stout axe. I think it just was the dwarf item.
That was fast.
The quest is a full history.
I'll take this string and stretch it here and here.
I remember looking, it didn't say anything specifically about, yeah, it didn't say anything specific about, Stout Axe, so I just assume at least.
Ewan is a fool and always has been. Never taste the poison you make.
Yes. Good idea. Never taste the poison that you make. Bad idea. Also, just don't make poison, I guess. Probably safer. Try to look at these other things that we get for our traceries. So careful step duration and movement penalty. I really feel like that's not something I'm too worried about. I don't even know where careful step is.
I feel terrible. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, I've got hiccups. What's this? Oh, hey, we got level 69. Nice. Yeah. Says a lot. It's not even on my bar. Oh, no, it is. It's right there. So, I guess I can... Let's have a look. Careful step. So, I get minus 44 seconds careful step duration? No, cooldown. So, it's like kind of 2/3. I guess a quarter, actually. Almost. I get +2, so I get an increase in the stealth level and I get evade rating. I don't know if that's too useful. No idea what gets it. Bjorning. The favorite child. I don't know. Well, that's kind of fancy. I remember there was a discussion in World Chat a while back when it was like 1:30 still, of people. They were questioning whether or not there was a way to get all of the books somehow. Like, if let's say you race changed, for example, would it let you redo the quest? Right? It's not consumable. It has a 12-hour cooldown and a 1-hour duration. But people were working out because there was like the hope thing. I think it might be more of like, could I go back, race change to, like, I don't think they had done it, so if they like race change to Hobbit, could they go back and do it? And then basically, could you race change to Hobbit, get the +1 hope, and then go back to being, I don't know, High Elf, let's say, and then just have that book still? Or would it change to your new book? Is that a really stupid video idea we should do? Maybe. I want to do some with like that, like myth type videos, or like theory videos almost. How much is the race change? Is it like 995 or something? Oh. Bit more expensive than I thought. Yeah. I don't know if I'm willing to spend 2,945 or 495. 2,500 lottery points. An expansion's worth of lottery points
I will be honest.
for a video.
I do not know a great deal about Dunland or its people.
I could spend 24 pounds. If there was like double points on, I might have an excuse to buy like 15 pounds worth of lottery points just for that. But once I go to like 25 pounds, maybe that's going past that threshold of worth it. I just wish the cooldown wasn't as big.
Well, do those other elves know even the smallest thing?
I don't feel like I get too much out of it. I get plus 20 fate, 100 max power, 90 non-combat morale regen. I mean, yeah, my plan would be that I would go Hobbit, come through, race change to another class. Or another race, sorry. So I'd only have one way, obviously.
We do not see many elves in Dunland, and some are rightly suspicious of such rarities. Speak with your friends. And see
Yeah, they're not great. I think if it was like percentage, like when it's percentage based, it can be like timeless almost. Because it will scale as you go, because it's a percent of your current. Like if it was like, I don't know, plus 5% crit chance, I don't know, something like that, that's always going to be useful compared to plus 20 fate.
I've seen more manure already in Dunland than I have in my entire life in the north.
Isn't there a quest where I'm supposed to pick up some bags, or is that the one where we return? I assume that's when we return. Yeah, looking at more stuff. Careful step duration and movement penalty. Again, I think that's one of those weird ones that I don't quite know where it fits. It could just be one of those, like a filler one, but I'm sure there's somewhere that could be usable. Like, I don't think there's not like an ambush part of the duration, you know? But maybe it's something that we could use on occasion rather than like in a boss situation. Maybe it's still useful somewhere. 5-second knockout and plus 50% run speed.
I've been assisting Roos with the tanning. It is dirty, odious work.
But I've never found a need to use ambush. So I don't know if it's worth it. Unless careful step as just a sneaky bit, a way to get around, sneak around. Oh, but I was actually looking at the wrong one anyway. So it's careful step cooldown and stealth level is what I was looking at. This one was what I was looking at. Or supposed to be looking at. There's actually two. Careful step duration, so plus 33 seconds careful step duration. And plus 55% careful step movement speed penalty.
Thank you.
So...
Help. And theirs. Lord Brainy knows
Is that a thing similar to Burglar where you can get like positive stealth run speed? Okay. Okay, so I can actually stealth and get an increase. So I get 20 seconds. So I'd get basically a minute of stealth with a plus 5% run speed. I don't know how useful that is. It's my only thought. True, I'm more thinking for like getting past stuff or like, I don't know, getting behind an enemy, but I'm more thinking that's like more a burglar train of thought rather than a like warden train of thought. I mean, if you could run behind someone, you have a bit more time to get in place and then use ambush. But ambush being a range skill with 30 meters of range means you can, like... just, like... I don't know. It just feels like a weird one. I just don't know if it's very fitting.
You have the permission of the Brainine to speak with the prisoner?
Do not mistake these people for friends. It will be you in my place next.
The cooldown's so long as well. More utility like Warden or Hunter? What, in like the travel skill style thing? And or something else?
What have you learned from our guest? I need someone I can trust to travel.
I feel like Hunter gets more than Warden though. Obviously it gets like, we only get a bit of muster compared to like a load of guide skills, but they also get the ability to bring people with them. Kind of sad. I mean, you can have the sprint with thingy. And I think you can actually get the sprint to be faster. Obviously there's a cooldown, but like... I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There are times when I, where I'm like, every time I don't play Hunter, I'm like, oh, I wish I had travel skills. I want travel skills. I always felt like 38% run speed though. Such a weird number. But at the same time, 62. Also maybe a weird number. I mean, that's kind of what got me to play Warden a bit, because it's kind of a little bit of both. Because when I was playing Hunter, I wanted AoE, and when I was playing Champion, I wanted ranged. But now as much as I don't really use it, I do get ranged. I do get AoE. But at the same time, I understand that, you know, compared to Champion, I don't get as much immediate damage. Maybe if I can get started using... That's the kind of an outfit I like. I like that blue. Kind of works. It's actually brought up an interesting point. So, I need people's opinions maybe. If we're doing these like kind of more beginnery type videos for when update 33 rolls around, I've talked about wanting to do a like how your class works style video, right? Would it be worth, and I know this might not be a good idea, would it be worth trying to compare the classes to like WoW classes in a way? Because I think a lot of people do come from like WoW and go, I want a class like Druid or what have you. I don't know if it would be like good to be like, if you played this class and enjoyed it in World of Warcraft, this is the class you might want to play here. Yeah, that's my only thought. Like bringing up other games into it. I mean, if I explain the class well enough, right, then that shouldn't matter. Because you can then make that comparison yourself rather than me having to spell it out directly. And I also think because I haven't actually like properly played WoW, I will probably not explain it as well as I could. I don't even know what the equivalent I would have leveled to in WoW is now, because they had a level squish, right? So there isn't WoW at level 60. So when I played, there was like the free trial up to level 20 or something. And I got to level 20. It's like the most I played. Okay. Oh, this actually has more agility, but obviously less vitality. I get that's actually like quite good. The tactical mitigation is weird, but I get it from my gear anyway, so. Yeah. It's something I've got to like do a big list. I think what I'll do is I will get like a very brief rundown of it, and then I'll probably maybe post it in Discord or do it on a stream, and then people can maybe posting on Discord will be easier, but just having it a way for it to be people that know the class is better can add insight. Is this one of my favorite places? It is. This is the Isengard Bids 5 area. We will do that later, though. I've done all this content before, so I will probably just do it off stream anyway. But, yeah. I think what I'll do later on is I'm only one level away from getting my next skill anyway, which is Wardham's Triumph. I don't think there's use for that I've seen for me at the moment, but it is a buff. It gives me plus 3% melee buff. I don't think so. Not that I remember off the top of my head. That's kind of nice. Less agility, more vitality, and fate, which equals crit. Over my Bracelet of the Moon. I might go for that. Potentially. I actually think some of, like, having actually come through here and done this recently, somewhat recently, I actually think this is potentially some of the best content in the game. Like, quest-wise, honestly. I really think Dunland is just a really good place. I mean, at the very least, I am going to practice my rotation like dummy later on. That's for sure. I just want to see how far we can get in the next half an hour or so. I was going to say it feels like it's gone really fast, but I also know that we didn't quite get the full time tonight. I had to look into food, actually, that's another thing. I think 85 can be alright. It's just a little bit let down by the war steeds. That's all. So I think I'm going to put this one on over my Bracelet of the Moon. I'm in combat apparently, but that's fine. That obviously I can't use. That I'll hold on to. These I will not use because they're not 60 or 75. I think I will try and get a full 75 gear set if I can, because, well, if we do end up joining like Slowtro, it will be nice to... I think most of the rules, at least on Carefree that I saw, is you can use whatever gear you want normally, But when they're doing their like endgame raid content to make it fair, basically, you have to use like normally like non-bugged gear, basically. So I think just to be safe, I will make sure we have a 75 set of gear. But yeah. I'm surprised my might is so low, but I guess they probably had more focus on getting actually just agility at some point. But that's one of those things, right? If we can get into... Yeah, I could probably look it up. I know Carefree had a website. So they've had 2 seasons. We're on the well, no, 2 sets of seasons. Season 15, level cap 130 is 26th of March 2022 to be determined. Level cap 75 has been from February 2022 to be determined. So it looked like it was about 6 months. So June 11th, 2021 to 4th of February 2022 was level 65. I just don't know if that'll be something like... I guess if we're doing like more raids and stuff and you can kind of have a bit more content. But I don't know if that'll be something we want to like wait around 6 months for. But if there's a lot of content, you know. Could maybe try and join the 120 stuff as well. With another character. Gives us an excuse. I have a lot of stuff to do then. But if I did a 130 or 120, I think I would probably end up just not fully doing virtues and just doing the 5 main virtues. Because I think one advantage I'll also have is I actually get those raids done. That, like Anvil, for example, where that unlocks gear being able to be purchased. Or, for example, it'll also be a way of getting, like, Ramachant done when it gets to that level. I don't know if they're the same, but there's like a slow tro on Laurelin. I don't know if there's also one on, like, if they're the same one. I assume they are, but...
I do not think Carriglin is lost. Help its people as much as you can.
As much as I can, so not at all. Good idea. There's one up here. And final over here. Perfect. Yeah, I find that funny where he's like, oh, I got this, like, cloak, I think it was. And he's like, huh, I've noticed a lot less of my Kraben around. I wonder why that is. How very odd. Hey, Jotty, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Right. Why am I so slow? Oh, because I haven't got my thing on. And I should be able to give in, yeah, 2 quests here. That's what I like, is I do like this area just giving a lot of, well, not a lot, but a decent amount, I think, or a couple of just drop items. So that, okay, that is emotes kit. I was really confused why I didn't show emote stuff then. More agility, obviously, more vitality though, as well. We lose physical mastery, we gain crit. But I think I'm just a little bit too close. And also, I think, let's be honest, my gear as is perfectly fine for the moment. At level 75 is where we're actually going to have to, like, look and have to start thinking about it. I don't think we really have to worry too much right now. That said, I do want to still look at the Warden item index, because I never actually fully looked at it. I don't like this little cave over here, wherever it is. Or like mine or whatever it is. Greatest and most informative Lord of the Rings streamer. I don't know where that is. I'm doing alright though. I feel like I'm the most questioning. I'm like, why is that a thing? How does this work? I want to get better though. I want to be useful. Oh, so it's level 70 that I, yeah, the Corrupt Hobbits things. It reminds me of, there's this, like, quest thing in, like, is it Hobbs in Fable? I think that's what they call it. That's what it reminds me of. And they're just kind of weird. I don't like it. I think you said it was this area you didn't like, though, was it? Oh, the Iron Pit, actually, yeah. I don't like the quest that gets really confusing around here with the, like, trigger quests or whatever they are. So I can, at level 70, get myself a Westfold Star of the Fist Carving. I do like me some Fable. I own many copies of Fable The Lost Chapters. Maybe too many. Okay, so in comparison to what I currently have, I keep pressing G, which is my my button for all these. It's kind of annoying. So I have a Shining Star of the Fist Carving, and this is the Westfold Star of the Fist Carving. So I get 1% extra light damage. I get basically double vitality, and I get like double max power. It's really just the vitality and the light damage that I'm looking for. The Gambit power cost is the same, but that's not a huge issue. Yeah, is it? No, it's... Where is it? Is it up here? Am I being dumb? It's like up here, right? No, that's my Ember Wing. What are you doing? It is a normal woodworker recipe, yes. It's from a woodworker's decorated scroll case, so there is a small chance I don't have it. I actually think I don't, but hopefully, I am getting the decorated scroll cases from here, so I am on my way to getting it. Plus, because it's a teal item / regular item, I can get the decorated scroll cases from the skirmish camp, so I can just basically purchase them until I've got them all. So, hey, they both have that cloak you were on about earlier. Yeah, I can at the very least just sort of go over there and do that. Ooh, I get a Warden Shield. Is it better? So I get more agility, and I get more vitality, but I lose my crit and my physical mastery. I will probably hold on to it. I don't like the look of it. I think for now, like I said for the other stuff, it's probably better I just hold on to what I have and just at 75 then worry about it. Because worrying about it now is just going to get, like... I didn't mean to do that. Worrying about it now is just going to be, like, I don't know, too much. Not too much, but, like, I don't know. Why think about it or worry about it, like, right now, when it's not actually a huge difference. But yeah, looking at it, that's that, and then level 80 is my next. So, again, I don't really know why they haven't gone for the whole level... Yeah, I don't know why they haven't gone for, like, 75, 85, that kind of stuff. Let me just kill this thing, and I will do that. Okay, Deadly Straight Sword of the Brute. And then, what's the other one? Great River Sword. Is it Polished? Nope, I assume Battle, I'm guessing, because that's Will. Yeah, makes sense. So, the Deadly Straight Sword of the Brute has more damage, more might, you get agility with it. More crit, more double physical mastery, and I think you get about the same morale, maybe a little bit less. So you lose the max power, but I really don't think that's an issue. I think, from what I see, the Straight Sword of the Brute is the better of the two. The deadly... on the wiki it says 187 to 311, so it's actually less damage on here. But the DPS is really low, yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. DPS is 131. Why is that? That's very weird. And also the worst stats. So it's like half the stats it's got on there. So what's probably happened is someone's updated the DPS or the damage, like, but not changed the DPS or the actual stats. Because you're getting like double the physical mastery, 1,360. Like double the crit. Like 3 times the vitality. And then double everything else. The transmog, you need like wardrobe stuff. If you have an item that is like drops, you can just, yeah, put them in your wardrobe and stuff. If there's like a unique item. I actually should know this because I've gone through every shield in the game. I don't know which one though. $75, this one. These two. I'm guessing. Those will be like my go-to. It will probably end up being this one. Same crit defense. I just want the more agility. The vitality stays the same. I don't really need the power. I would rather have the... I lose 2,000 block rating, but I think I'd rather the fate for the crit. But yeah. I mean, I did get one that one time we did Throne. I got one that one time we did Tower of all things. Oh, not Tower. We did one of the things for that thing. So I don't know how bad it will be, but obviously getting it first time doesn't mean I'm going to get it every time. But do people sell them? No, they're bind on acquire. I wonder if they're fellowship tradable. Or what? I think it was the acid one that we did. that I remember I got the drop from. Oh, I forgot. We should get like level 70 and 75 potions, right? So Wayfarer's leggings. I guess one good thing is it's not like a weaponsmith scroll case. And it's like you just get a scroll case, right? I guess. Maybe. Book of Intellectual Techniques. Unfortunately, it's a pocket item. Should be able to just run through these guys. Shouldn't actually aggro if I go this way. Heavy Club of the Brute. I wonder what one I got. I can't remember what recipe I would have gotten. I wonder if I was like what... I think I got the Wayfarer's leggings. I could be wrong. But it almost makes me want to check. Because like if I had like the weaponsmith one now, that would obviously just be very useful for you. Or if I had the shield one, that would be very useful for me. I'm 99% sure I did not get the shield. Because I feel like I would have pointed out that would be useful for me. But even so, I feel like those legs would be useful for me at least, even. Looking at it. Like, looking at these? Like, if we were to not be able to have thingies, I could have... Like, that's pretty good, I'd say. I mean, I wonder if on... Problem is, if I used it, then I'm gonna... Okay, I have a lot of recipes on Acar. And that's it. Okay. No, I definitely opened mine. I just don't know where I put it. But if it's on a character, then I'm gonna have the recipe, right? But I wonder... No, it doesn't show me what recipes they have. That's kind of unfortunate.
You felt nothing? Perhaps my
But that's like one of those things now where I'm like, I don't even think I should have to worry about this shield because I should be getting a better one. At the very least, I'm going to go for... Yeah, so at the very least, I'm still going to go for... like the moat shield, probably. Like, even if I need to, I'll just moat gear at 75 as, like, that extra. Or at least I'm going to work it out so I can calculate what stats I'd get. And if that's actually worth it, but... What's the seared coat? Seared coat of conquest. Burnt scroll case. Book of Truth, branded club, scorched armor, seared armor, singed sword, winged necklace. That winged necklace does nothing for me. There's a will and tactical mastery version, and then there's a might and physical mastery version. Oh, I guess I get agility. That might be an idea. 158 might, 182 vitality, 911 physical mastery, 72 crit. Or agility. It's fine, like I get something out of it, I guess, but... Like, it's not a main stat for me. So I could probably find something better or more specific to myself. I think Triumph is, yeah, the better of the two. Yeah, Yeah, obviously, yeah, Triumph is the better for me. It just has better... Oh, what's this? The fortified one. Of Triumph of Might. What is that, though? Is that just like an older version? Because that's not on that recipe. But that's like... Oh, so that's wrong then. So this one is the Fortified Seared Coat of Triumph, and that one gives me incoming healing and fate, not what, according to the wiki, says crit and finesse. And the Conquest one also gives me incoming healing and fate. So these are same, I think. These are exactly the same. Yeah. These two items are exactly the same, even though they are different. It could be a situation where, like, the recipes are actually different. I think it's happened once or twice. But, so far doesn't look like it. Oh, this has that weird tactical critical multiplier stat. But this is why I want to go through all this gear, right? Is so that we can hopefully have an up-to-date wiki for all this. Because it's kind of bad when I can't trust the wiki, right? That's not great. Like, I trust the wiki a lot in most situations, but when it comes to armor, I will always double-check with item treasury. That's why I don't like looking up armor on the wiki. For stats, at least. I like looking up a piece of armor that I know exists and how to get it. But yeah. Right, I think we're basically going to get betrayed by Lou Brennan and then pretty much be done for the evening. Which is kind of fitting, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, he's been moved. Don't do it, it'll end badly for you. Stab him in the back. My Emberwing is really buggy sometimes. Is it Lou Brennan that comes back in the epic battle? Is that him? Pretty sure it's him. The one I have to fight, and then a child makes me win against him. Okay. I'm gonna fight you. Hopefully this works. Oh yeah, I forgot he just like kills them. For some reason I thought I was gonna fight them, but then I remembered. I guess I do get to fight him. Yeah. Where we have the corpse of Gimli. I need to look into these again if they're worth it, right? So, at level 70, we have the, like, spike kits that I talked about, right? So the Resilient Supreme Shield Spike Kit or whatever. No, wait, sorry. The Resilient Westfold Shield Spike Kit gives a plus 5% shield attack critical chance, right? Is that... It's just one of those things of like, oh, I guess I get to finish at Isengard. But so at level 80, I can also get a plus 5% shield attack critical chance and changes the damage type of shield skills to a different set. But they last for 30 minutes. So I forgot they have the Angmar sound. I want to annoy Ghost. If I send him a picture of that, he'll be sad. Loot list. Banegrist. We love Banegrist here. See, you can even get a replica. Gives you a plus 4% parry chance. So you can pretend you have it, but not actually. It's a nice all-round kind of thing. Agility, might, will. Like, I've noticed a few of those where it's like, they just kind of gave you every stat. But it's weird when it's like, I don't know, heavy armor, but it's got will. And it's also weird when it's got, like, might, but it's, like, light. Okay. So, we are now stuck in Isengard. We have our shackles. I think I will leave that for another time, or I'll just do it off stream anyway. Kind of makes sense. I don't know. We're not too far off of Prince of Rohan. I think what I will probably try and do is just speed through Moria with my Bjorning, and then try and skip to this area as well with the Bjorning to get the other thing for Prince of Rohan. I should be able to... like, go back to, like, Rivendell, for example, purchase my stuff that I want, and then come back here. So I don't think it should matter. I can just go to and from whenever I like, which is nice. But we're very, very close to 70. I will probably try and craft that carving up for me if I can. And then, I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, some interesting old things here. Hopefully, 75 shouldn't be too far off in the near future. Hopefully, next time the servers won't go down at a really annoying time and be down for super late or anything like that. And we can just get, like, pushing through here. I might also try and get some, like, double XP tomes. I might do some more Bjornings, maybe, because it doesn't really take much time. And try and get some double XP tomes and stuff. Also Moat's gear as well, ready to go. Because I think once I get 75, I can just have Moat's gear ready. Like, at least for jewelry. And then we can just build up from there and deconstruct. Because Moats are essentially valueless in some regards. At least to myself. Anyway, I'm going to go. Hopefully I can get... I mean, I can use my Destiny points. I already have. Today I used all 3 that I had remaining. But I think just adding on some enhanced XP supplies is more my point, and also the actual, like, double XP tomes, like the actual, you know, so basically we can then have quadruple experience, just to get there quicker. I know I have 5 left on Scarshoe, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, hopefully I can get streaming, like, on a day. If I get a day where I'm, like, you know, I'm not in work till night, so, like, maybe Wednesday morning, because I probably won't be fully functioning Tuesday morning. I'll be sad soon. Why will I be sad soon? Oh, what? The Token of the Hornberg? I haven't got it on. I do have a spare. Oh no, it's in my house. I haven't actually been wearing it. Maybe I should have been. But I also haven't... No, I have been wearing my earrings. Maybe I should be wearing that. But I also like the stats. I know, it's weird. But yeah, that's it for now. See you guys later. And bye-bye.